This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Welcome to the Diecast podcast. I am Johnny, your DM. Welcome to our little Dungeons and Dragons game. As always, this is the Tomb of Annihilation. This is episode 3, and this is where we start our grand experiment for real. This is Group B, the second group coming in to try and solve the death curse, to visit the jungles of Chult, to experience Portney and Zaru. So this is going to be a new or a different cast from what you've been hearing in Group A. This is from the Vault of Wonders and the Tyranny of Dragons. So we've got James, Miles, Tom, and Trevor all playing brand new characters, all within inside this grand Tarek cinematic universe. And they are going to be playing and competing for resources, treasures, dungeons, exploring different parts of the continent. Maybe we'll see where they go. They may end up in the same spot. They may end up in different parts of the peninsula. We don't know. So here we go. We are going to jump into the same story, or the same adventure, different story, new characters. And it's from what I've been listening to from the season that's been recorded so far. It is interesting, and it's a lot of fun because they're doing the exact same thing, but in a completely different way. So it's going to be interesting to see how the two stories line up to each other inside the Tomb of Annihilation. It's such a beautiful jungle. It's such a beautiful adventure that you just can't have one group show a small part of it. I kind of want to show off everything that's in there because I think it's a really good story. I think it's a really good module. And what the groups have been doing so far has been exciting and entertaining. And it's funny how they begin to indirectly affect each other. So with that being out of the way, I'll catch you all at the break. Welcome back to the old cast. We're going to jump in and see another group take on Portney and Zaru. Just for future reference, though, I try to keep about 7 days worth of separation between the two, just to make it as uncomplicated as possible in an already complicated world. So these guys show up 7 days after the Group A lands in Portney and Zaru. So about a week's worth of difference. Dinosaur racing is going to come back again. You're going to see some amazing stuff. And then it's going to be kind of like I said, that Pulp Fiction time jump thing where we jump back and forth. But just always know the way the math works out so far, that's about 7 days, a week's worth of difference between the two groups. And if anything big changes, I'll always give a little preamble here just to let you know which group is which and where we are on the timeline. But from right now, it's always about 7 days, give or take. And we'll go from there. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the second group. It's also interesting to watch the two groups listen to the podcasts with each other because they then get to hear something they've never heard before. So I think it's cool. I think it's a neat idea. I think it's going to be really entertaining, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So I'll catch you at the break. Here's Group B. I'm already doing it already. Here's Group B into the Tomb of Annihilation. I hope you enjoy everything. Are we ready for a new adventure?
I'm very excited.
I'm always down for adventure.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to, I guess we can now officially say, the Diecast podcast. We are in the new year. We are season 4. We are back with a group of adventurers for the other group that is happening in season 4. I guess
there's another group.
There's a second,
other than us.
You are actually the second group because we recorded first with the first group.
Wow, that
we
feels...
allowed them to go first.
We're number 2.
Yeah,
we're
that's
number 2.
So
you know what number 2 is? The first loser.
Oh, ouch! Ouch! These are your teammates' time.
Ouch!
So I am Johnny, your DM for this adventure. We'll see how grand or epic it gets. But let's just do a quick go around the table and introduce ourselves and our just brief character names.
Are real persons or are characters or both?
Both at the same time.
All right.
Double speak. James, you could go first.
Well, I'm James Fraser, and this time around I will be playing Durand Whispershade, a half-elven rogue and charlatan.
Hi, this is Tom Chunpan. I played Tarek back in Season 1. I will now be playing Mercy, a female human paladin.
My name is Trevor Coleman, and I'm going to play Fenken Furbolg, an eco-terrorist Furbolg giant druid who believes that people who live in houses are stupid.
It's a hard one to follow. My name is Miles Baker. I'm at Miles A. Baker on Twitter. I'm playing Aethril Mars, the default D&D character, a human fighter.
Taking it back old school.
She has proficiency in pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh yeah, she's the bits.
The most
Yeah, there's a recent thing that came out of like the most common fighting classes in D&D. Human fighter is the most common. Like second most common, dwarf cleric. So I'm really the most
There's an entire
original.
industry based on people who like vanilla, so don't
Yeah,
worry.
I also do love vanilla.
It's so delicious.
Aethril Mars is a fighter and a scholar.
Oh, that's cool.
Scholar, a Rhodes warrior.
You're
Yeah.
subverting the stereotype of the dumb fighter, at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a very high intelligence compared to. I'm smarter than literally anyone we've ever met.
Oh, what about that conspiracy theory that Gandalf isn't a wizard but a level
It's actually
Level 18 fighter?
level
Yeah.
18 fighter with 20
That's
intelligence?
a great theory,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. I don't have any spells, sadly. But
Not yet.
So he does all with
not yet. I could take
Yeah.
Arcane Master, but that's not the plan.
All right, so welcome to the Diecast podcast. We are now officially in season 4. If you wish to find us, you can find us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. You can also find us on Instagram, or I guess iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, anything that plays a podcast, and we will be the Diecast Podcast. As always, you can find us on our website as well, www.flanderstudio.com, to find all our previous adventures and all our other podcasts that happen there as well. So, are we ready? Are we ready to play some Dur and Dur?
Oh God, yes.
Always.
All right,
Level 1.
Oh, it's so few hit points.
refreshing drink of low hit points. So we will find everybody in our group in the city of Baldur's Gate. This is all taking place in the same universe, or I guess, as Tom has put it, the Tarek CU.
Oh jeez.
Expanded universe. Yeah, the Tarek expanded universe.
This is taking place about a week after the events of the Vault of Wonders. Adventurers seem to be coming out of the woodworks now. The cities are starting to fill up now that the main threats of the Cult of the Dragon is gone. The Order of the Silver Gauntlet has moved off to other pastures to try and flex their muscle and might. So it seems that there's been more room opened up for adventurers, and it seems that Waterdeep, Winterhaven, Baldur's Gate, they just seem shoulder to shoulder with other adventuring groups. You've all spent some time in Baldur's Gate. You all remember it, the tall, narrow streets, or the tall buildings and the narrow streets. It's actually a nice,
I was
crisp.
born here, baby.
How do you feel about the nice, crisp fall day that Baldur's Gate is?
Smells, it's the same smell as always around here, the smell of money.
Speaking of money, you've actually all been at your various inns or taverns or homesteads. You've actually received an invitation to someone with great money and influence has heard about your individual peoples with your skills that are needed and have requested a private meeting with everybody to kind of come together and share some resources and see if there's an adventuring opportunity for you, which in this climate, in this environmental world, or this economic world,
In this economy.
is actually a great thing, because there are you go up to the main message boards in the inns, and those job postings are not there anymore, or if they're there, they're taken down very quickly if someone pulled them up. They said due to security reasons, they will require to put a bag over your head just so you don't see where you're going. So it's kind of like that. You don't know where if you get caught or interrogated, you don't know how to get to the person who's going to hire you up.
Oh jeez, I don't know about this. That seems very risky.
Standard operating procedure around here, really.
So you all get the burlap sacks put over your heads. You just seeing through the little holes and little beacons of light that just kind of fade through the burlap sack, and just kind of get that musty potato smell as you feel yourself being. You feel each of yourselves just with the person who's escorting you. You're not tied up or anything like that. It's just to keep you blinded. You feel yourself winding down the city streets, and you actually feel kind of like another person join and another person join. It feels like you've come to what's maybe the back alley of an inn or a tavern. You're not too sure. You get led in back through the kitchen and down the steps. It gets very dark and even musty. You kind of smell that old. Food's been processed there, ale's been kept there. You can actually hear the sounds of a very full taverner in above you. And you kind of hear a click of another door and it opens up. And you walk into this kind of like rounded tunnel. And you begin to hear the echoes of just footsteps clip-clopping down and the sounds of the tavern begin to fade away. And you can't make out the exact details of what's in front of you. You can definitely see a bright light coming in front of you as you feel yourself along with every other individual being brought forward. You get kind of lined up, and you have the burlap sacks pulled off of your head, and the light kind of just blinds you. And sitting in front of you on this very grand kind of wooden throne with a big cask of ale behind it is this dwarf in very thick hide leather armor. His face looks, one eye is just white. It's one of those faces where this guy could have been a mixed martial arts fighter. He has spent some time getting his face mashed in. You look at his knuckles, they're all calloused over. Some look fresh, but he's also got some very expensive jewelry on it. And you can see that in his beard are inwoven just like some gold filigree into his braids and whatnot, showing a sign of stature. And Duran on his belt, immediately you look down and you see the knife sheath in his belt, and you know this is the knife right away.
This is James' character.
Yeah.
Sorry, Duran.
Yeah. Hoo boy. Are we like gagged or anything?
No, you're not gagged. You just had the bag over your head. You do have people standing around you.
So we don't have bags off now?
Yeah, the bags are off now.
Pleasure to see you, sir. To what do we owe the honor of entering your amazing, magnanimous appearance?
It's like, well, I've got a job, and I've got people who need a job.
Always looking for work, boss.
Well, I was told that you had some very impressive tomes here that I could use in my research.
I can send you in the direction of very impressive tomes. I don't know if you've checked out the library lineups lately, but everyone seems to be gathering knowledge about something.
Do I know this guy's actual name?
Give me a history check.
I am super not good at that, but I got a 5.
No, you...
I just recognize him as an important member of the Night.
I would say that the garb he has and the filigree and the fact that he appears to be an older dwarf means that whoever he is in the knife, he has been around for a bit, or at least is near the top of the food chain because of all the happenings, how you promote yourself within the knife. So he's definitely someone that has survived long enough to establish his position.
Would I know this is the knife with my criminal background?
Yeah, oh yeah, you absolutely would know this is the knife.
Okay.
And he says, ladies and gentlemen, what do you know about the death curse?
Well,
I know that.
Do we make history checks on that as well?
No, this is just
This is from the grand. I know it only just started recently.
I'm gonna say, what do you know about the professor? He was not able to be resurrected through the magics.
Well, I don't know the professor you're talking about, but you're damn right that if you die, you don't come back.
Having done it myself, I'm not really, on good terms with the whole process. But if you say that's a bad thing, then it's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. People shouldn't be messing with nature, making dead things live.
You are a ray of sunshine.
But we're inside of a cave. I don't understand.
So I understand why you got me in mind, and probably even this chick over here. But what's up with these newbies?
Well, everyone here has a set of skills that I require to see if we can find a way of figuring this problem out.
Always happy to work with outside contractors, boss. But are their references any good?
Their references are very good. You see, the knife has a great industry here in the healing and necromantic arts that if you die, we like to find someone who can bring you back and add a surcharge to that. as well. Among the various other things, some of our more knowledgeable members have also died and are now slowly withering away, fading to nothing, and we would very much like to keep them around for their natural lifespan.
Gotcha. Threatens the income stream. Excellent reason to do something about anything.
So what we're offering here is we're going to send you to a place to figure out the death curse and solve it.
And do an insight check, which is not very good for this lady. Oh my god, I got 21.
Nice.
The highest possible result.
You look at like the kind of the crow's feet around his eyes. He kind of just like has that dwarven stone cold stare of he is absolutely sincere about trying to figure this out. And he said, and he looks at all of you and says, "It's a place that is very dangerous, and a place that you need the right amount of skills, or the right type of skills to go into, because it seems everybody's flooding there, and they're just floundering around in the jungles, and they don't know what they're doing. So here's what I'm offering to all of you. I will be offering you a substantial reward for cash reward for curing the death curse, if you will. Also,
how substantial are we talking about?
Quite substantial, but it's actually not the monetary reward I think you're going to be interested
Oh,
in.
I think you'll find with me it's very much about the monetary reward.
Well, I think you'll appreciate this one, is that everyone in this room, if you solve the death curse, will earn one free favor from the knife.
That's not nothing.
You need someone killed? We'll do it for you.
So
You need to get into a country somehow? We'll do it for you, no questions asked. You need that sandwich? We'll deliver it to you, no questions asked.
Every time I've dealt with the knife, they've managed to keep their word and follow their own rules. So that isn't too bad of a reward. But I always get the feeling that you're holding something back. Maybe you should tell us a little more about what we can expect out there.
Wait a second.
Roll an insight.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Gonna roll an insight on that.
Go for it.
Didn't roll well. Nope. 4.
Yeah, no, he seems pretty sincere about what he's saying.
Okay.
It's like, well, to kind of sweeten the pot, if you will, we're gonna do some individual things for you as well. And he points to you, Mercy, and he says, "How would you like it if we just expunge your criminal record? You don't have to worry about any legal troubles unless you create some new ones on your own."
That ain't an idle boast, man. They pretty much own the cops in this town, so...
I'm not so much. Actually, you know what? Mercy thinks about it for a second and like borrows for it. I'm not so concerned about my reputation as much as the well-being of the nearby villages. So, if you could work out, I'd rather they either be protected or have some sort of income sent to them than my records cleared up.
If that's what you want, then we'll do that. He points to
Look at the Archon over here.
Points to Duran and says, "We know you've had some troubles in the past. We can settle your debts."
That would be a most excellent use of a favor, and the one I already had in mind.
Well, it would be coming out of the pockets of the knife, and we'd also get you out of town and get the heat off of you for a little bit.
Sounds great.
To Gigantor over here.
Yes.
You love the natures. It actually took us a while to track you down.
Yes. I am not of this place.
Yes. It's very clear, and your head just kind of
find this thing.
You don't want to know the story. It was.
I come from a wood not far from here, where I've been banished from and may never return.
I don't mean to sound rude, but what are you?
I am Fenken Furbolg of the forest.
Okay.
You don't need any more explanation.
Like alliteration. Got it. All right.
Yes.
What
tall are you?
Well,
What do you look like?
I'm very tall. I'm 7 to 8 feet tall.
Oh my god.
I'm part giant.
So this thing is just like towering over all of them.
Yeah,
They had to use a step ladder to get the burlap sack off.
Yeah. He's actually kind of like hunched over in the basement of this place.
I'm a giant, basically.
Yeah.
I'm a giant of the
Are you
forest.
considered large? But
No,
no.
yes.
I have a powerful build, so I'm considered large for carrying capacity, pushing, dragging, lifting, but I'm not large
Right.
and square.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He's a medium square.
I'm actually pretty short for human. I'm like 5'2".
Yeah, I'm like a
I made-
5'6".
I made
like,
myself a
wispy
relatively tall
half-elf.
woman. I mean, I think I made myself 5'6". So
Yeah. So yeah, you tower over at least 2.5 or
Yes.
1.5 feet or 2 feet over everybody.
you're the
I'm used to
intimidator. I hope you have like training in intimidation.
But
Why would I intimidate the creatures when I can partner with them and work to restore nature's balance?
but the knife opera says, "Look, we actually need someone specifically with your skill set, which is why we expended a lot of resources to try and find you.
I see.
Because we'll be sending you into the jungles of Cholt.
The jungles of
Where?
Chult.
It's a little peninsula, just a couple of weeks south. We'll set you up on a boat and send you down there. But we're going to be sending you in.
Oh, so my getting out of town is part of the job.
Ding, ding, ding.
I
Winner,
see where
winner,
you're
chicken
coming
dinner.
from.
And of course, we need someone who is book smarts in all of this and points to.
Yeah, Elthra.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if it was Aelthra or Elethra. But he says, and this is where you come in, nerd.
Oh, wait a second. You guys are criminals?
Well, she is.
I prefer to think of myself as an entrepreneur.
I have a really good explanation for my record.
And you?
I've been cast out by the mother for crime against nature.
Oh, well, that's not really... I mean, that's fine. Don't worry about that.
It is not fine. It is my deepest shame. I will carry it with me until I die.
Heavy. Heavy.
Wow, that was really
Really,
awkward.
this is just the best job interview I've ever been a part of. I gotta say that, boss. You really know how to pick them.
Will the man
glad
with
you
the
put
scarred
me-
face tell us how many circles of gold we will receive? I am here for those.
I can start you off with 50 circles of gold, but we'll also be paying for a week's worth of the inn, the Thundering Lizard.
A week in another tree bone house.
Actually, I think it's a mudbone house.
Mud bones. Even worse.
But for our smarty smart over here, I know you've been working on your thesis. I know you've been working on your combat tactics, and your dissertation did not dissertate very well.
I don't know how you would have heard about that.
Where the knife, we're an information network.
Well,
They care about all kinds of stuff that nobody else cares about.
So how would you like to come back there with a whole thesis or a whole research nodule full of jungle tactics?
like... Jungle tactics. I hadn't really considered that.
Have you ever heard of a tribe called the Batiri Goblins?
I'll do a history check on that, I
Also a
suppose.
history check.
Oh, it's only a 7.
Yeah, no, you've never heard of them. He says they're a shamanistic tribe that specialize in 3D fighting tactics.
3-dimensional fighting tactics.
There is a Z-axis in the real world.
Oh, of course. Many of my theories have pointed towards the Z-axis. However, my particular thesis was focusing on how small combatants can work together to create a change of the flow of battlefields.
Right. Think of the Z-axis there.
Well, I don't know. I guess flying?
You'll figure it out. You know when you see it. So, what we have proposed here for you guys and girls, we have put a lot of money into trying to figure out this curse. There's a lot of people down there right now trying to solve this curse. And if we as an organization can say we are the ones who solved the curse, we get a lot of benefits that come flowing in, which will then roll downwards to you guys.
Not to question you there, boss, but I kind of get why. I definitely get why you want the nerd in on this, and I kind of get why you want Thing over there in on this.
Fenkin.
But I don't really
My name
see
is
what
Fenkin.
I can do about a death curse. Like I don't know anything about magic or curses or
No.
anything like that.
But you know about getting into places.
What kind of place do you want us to get into?
I don't know yet. We're going to find out. But if something is death curse related, I'm going to imagine there's lots of defenses. There's probably going to be lots of traps. There's probably going to be a cave or a temple or a tree that you're going to have to sneak your way into. He just opens his hand and points it towards you.
Freelance infiltration, eh? Well, I guess I can handle that for a while at least. Expenses paid, you said?
For the first week. We don't know how long this is going to take. He says, but we do have some information to bestow upon you. We went through some considerable amount of trouble to obtain this. We made some pretty severe, powerful enemies for it, but we do have probably the most detailed and accurate map of Chult to date.
Have I heard of this place before?
You've heard of it? It is far to the south of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
A couple months travel.
Wow, so it's like way, way away.
Yeah, it is.
It's not in the neighborhood.
Is in the tropical jungles. As
Wow,
well.
who wouldn't want to go on a tropical vacation, am I right? You hear all the time about people coming back, healthy tan, looking strong,
Actually,
fit.
give me a history check.
Oh, that's deception. I'm just making up shit.
Okay, yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Deception?
Yeah.
If you want to roll insight against it, go ahead.
Oh yeah, actually I got a 20 on that. I'm gonna make so not believe that, but also do I guess what kind of nature check, or is this a history check?
History check more than anything.
That is a 23.
Yeah. So you definitely get the sense there's some kind of falsities ringing in Duran's words, but you also know that the history of Chult is very complicated. It has suffered the worst during something called the Spell Plague, where a big chaotic wave of magic washed across the globe. And Chult was actually an island for a while until the effects of the Spell Plague kind of subsided and the waters receded and rejoined the part of the continent. You do know that there's a strong history of Chultans down there. It's got its own religion. It actually sits outside the pantheon of the regular gods that you know. It's got a huge portion of tabaxi, humans, goblins, and a monstrous amount of undead. Like, just an obscene amount of undead.
Yikes.
And essentially, you remember that there was a big war about 100 years ago where an Oathbreaker paladin raised up an army of about hundreds of thousands of undead and was actually stopped. And when the leader was brought down, the undead just have scattered throughout the jungle.
I feel like this is a story I might have known. I wrote history on it.
All right.
Maybe I was taught on it.
Give me a history check.
Also, while I didn't...
Nice. 19.
Yeah, you do know this. It's actually a character named Raznisi. He was a paladin who was trying to take the city of Mesra, which is a very magically, almost considered the capital of Chult at the time. Right. The Spell Plague wiped out the city, and his armies were defeated by the combined forces. But his army's still there.
Right.
Just...
remnants of his army.
A chaotic, unled force of undead just roaming through the jungles.
Yeesh. All right.
Which is probably why he hired you.
Yeah. Never actually been to a jungle climate.
Are you guys speculating out loud about like the dangers of this place?
What was the name of the...
In response to me calling it a vacation destination?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the name? What was the thing? The spell something or other?
The Spell Plague.
The Spell Plague.
Yeah.
That's something you all know.
Everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
That's just like a fact of life in the Sword Coast.
Raznisi. Yeah, it was Raznisi. I don't think you've ever actually been there in the last little while.
Where?
To Chult.
I have never been to Chult.
It is not a vacation
was
spot.
Speaking, hopefully. I'm speaking from a place of aspiration that somehow this will not end up being the shit show I expect it's going to be.
So you say there's corruption of the natural world there? The undead walk?
Oh, the undead taint the jungles. Good Gigantor.
Then perhaps this is what I'm to do.
This
to
is
return it to its natural state.
This is why we brought you in.
You know, boss, I'm kind of thinking I'd rather take my chances here in the big BG than, deal with legions of zombies.
Well, we can do that, but then we will be forced to collect the money you owe.
Yeah, see about that. I've been running a little light the last couple of drops, I know. So, yeah, a favor from you, yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Just as a DM's note, for this map, if you lose the map in real life, you will lose it in-game until you find it.
Someone take a picture quick.
That's a super smart idea.
Yeah, someone take a picture.
I will actually say you have to rely on that paper map.
I feel like I can handle that.
I'm still going to tweet this out.
So you need a mapomancer or a cartomancer to take care of the map.
I feel like we're usually pretty good with our sheets.
Yeah. And he said, just be careful. The amount of trouble we went through for that map, it was well guarded. This is probably the best detailed map we have so far. we will not be alone in people wanting this type of information.
What are these sections with the hexagons?
That's just DM stuff I'll explain later on. It's not easy.
You got human goblins and who else live in this zone?
There's a lot of tabaxi that came over after a great slave revolt.
Yeah, what do I know about tabaxi? I've never heard that word before.
Oh, they're the cat people,
Yeah, the
right?
cat people.
Oh, the cat people. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I roll
that was
nature
also,
on
that was
my
also
knowledge
23 on my
Yeah,
roll.
so they're not natural to the
22.
area, but there's enough of an immigration there that they're now a significant port.
How do they do in the tropical climate?
They do just fine. They're natural climbers. In fact, they have many skills and advantages to climbing.
Oh, interesting.
So it'd be the undead, the tabaxi, the Choltons.
Choltons, okay. Which are the humans that live there?
The humans that live there. And there's also a small couple colonies of dwarves down there as well.
Oh,
in the mountains.
I like dwarves for the most part.
But it's and also any dinosaurs that have ever appeared anywhere in Faerun have originated from Chult. This is where dinosaurs come from.
It's the dinosaur. It's basically Alberta. Or...
You mean now, right?
Yeah.
Minus the cowboys.
Minus the cowboy. Or I guess that province in China.
Alberta known for its Batiri goblins. Utini!
Well, it seems this may be what the mother has cast for me, that I may wipe the shame of the deaths I caused.
Whoa. Deaths?
Yes, many deaths.
Of, people or animals?
Of dire wolves and a dire bear.
Okay, well, that's...
It was a great crime against nature, and I have been forever forbidden to return from the forest.
Cool. Well, it makes me feel less bad about you, if that means anything.
But if it was people, I could have killed them too, probably. A dire bear is quite
Okay,
ferocious.
I'm losing confidence again.
Look, you'll have about a couple of weeks on the boat to get to know each other. We'll send you
RP
down.
in real time.
Thanks, boss. Just what I wanted. Getting to know a bunch of strangers. On a way south to a tropical zombie-infested island with dinosaurs, you said?
Do you want to pay your debts now?
If I had the coin, it would already be in your hands, boss.
See, this is why we put you in this situation then, because you kind of have to say yes.
Yeah.
Because we got a great torture chamber just down the hall.
I'm just expressing my feelings. That's all.
Great.
Whatever you say, you know I'm going to jump, boss. Whatever direction you want.
Boom! Doesn't jump.
Soft person.
Instructions unclear.
What are we to do when we get to this zombie-filled tropical island? That's not really the kinds of things I've done either.
Well, we're sending you to the main hub there. It's called Port Nianzaru. This is where you're going to find everything you need. I recommend hiring a guide. They will be the best to try and guide you through the various parts of Chult. And then try and do some research. They have some fantastic libraries down there.
Oh. That sounds so bad.
The only place on the planet where you will find information about Chult as detailed, because it's not history to them. It is happening every day.
It would be a lot of information for my book. I wonder if that would give me an edge on the competitors. Okay, I'm in.
Great to hear it. So he throws a bag of 50 gold coins in the middle.
For each of us?
No, just one.
Just one.
But there are 4 of us. So
I snatched that out of the air.
Yeah.
I snatch his arm.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
And then give me an athletics check for Fenguin.
I rolled a 1.
Yep.
So I got 3.
Whoosh.
19.
Fenguin, you actually catch the bag and Duran's arm at the same time in the same palm, like this basketball
Duran looks
size.
up at this huge, barky, giant thing.
Hello.
Yeah. Frankly, no offense. I'm trusting him with the accounting more.
Please have
We
at
should
it.
divide this equally. It is only fair.
Sure. Yeah, that
2,
sounds great.
3,
Universal law. I like it.
4, 2. I'm counting the coins out in little piles.
Can you let go of my hand, please?
Yes.
You kind of drop down a little bit. The blood starts rushing back in. It's like, so you have your marching orders. We do have some knife representatives down in Port Nianzaru. They can try and help you out as much as they can. We've kind of got a thing going with the Zentarenes. They're down there as well, just so you be careful. They are also trying to search out or suss out information about what's going on. Don't let them see the map. I can't stress that enough. If the Zents find out you have the map, you will have a whole assassination network come falling down on top of you.
Sorry, the what?
The Zentarines, the Black Network.
Right.
They own that stupid tower down in the south.
Yeah, no idea who they are. Never done jobs for them before, boss.
Good.
You know I only work for you.
Just watch out for them. They have a thing for snakes. It's really weird.
I'm sorry, snakes?
Snakes. They like to use snakes and to assassinate to send messages. It's strange. Don't trust me.
Again, I just really got to express my
If
overflowing gratitude of being selected for this very special.
If someone says Zentarines or the Black Network, just please exercise caution with the map. On top of that, please exercise caution with the map.
Okay, I snatch up the map. Duran takes the map, rolls it up, and slips it into the folds of his cloak.
All right.
I'm not.
In
sure
fact, I'm going to use
with
sleight
the
of
map,
hand
sir.
actually to put that away, so it's not clear where on my body it's being kept. I rolled another one.
It's kind of just sticking out.
He stuffs it into his shirt.
Kind of nervous about what's going on.
Yeah.
Kind of wish you had that lucky feat, don't you?
He meant to do it like with flourish and just completely like botched it up.
Kind of just like puts a crimp in the side of it. Just kind of.
He said, "Be careful with the map."
Also, James now retains the map.
Cool. What a great looking map it is.
It actually really is nice.
Okay, I've divided this up. There's 12 pieces each, and there are 2 extra pieces. I just propose that we divide into 2 groups of 2, and we flip for the last piece. So, let's flip this coin. Oh, we didn't call.
Here, let me take care of that. I do this as part of a living. I snatch the coin out of Fenton's hand. And
Fenkin.
yeah, whatever, okay. And Duran does the flip. And I'm going to use sleight of hand to flip it in my favor.
All right.
So I call heads.
All right. He calls heads.
So this is between you two.
I got 19 plus my sleight of hand is 6, so 25.
Yeah, it lands perfectly. Heads, palm up. Boosh.
Okay.
Oh, look at that!
There, you have 1.
Excellent. I'll hold on to it for you. If you need an extra 1 coin, you just let me know.
So you have 13 now. You have 12. And we will flip for the other one.
Okay.
Would you like heads, the highs, or tails, the lows?
I'll take heads.
Okay, you have 1. You have 13 coins.
Sweet.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
I can tell this is splitting the check with you at a tavern is going to be a delight. I can tell.
I always do separate checks.
So you see the dwarf kind of lean back, cross his arms. And so we've got ourselves a charlatan, a criminal, a gigantor, and a nerd.
I feel like that's an unfair characterization.
Yeah, I'm also very strong and speedy.
Sure thing, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah. A jockey nerd is still a nerd. Sorry, lady.
It would be better to call me an outcast, shunned by the mother, sent away from his homeland.
Oh,
See-
I don't think anyone's going to mistake you for being part of the in-group anywhere we're going.
See,
I'm a
we-
victim of circumstance,
We
not a criminal.
have a word for that in the city. It's called gigantor.
Oh, well then yes, I am a gigantor. Sorry, I did not understand.
Don't worry.
I am not of the city. I do not know your words.
You'll pick it up. Don't worry.
Dwarves have all kinds of words for things that are bigger than them, because there's a lot. Duran blinks innocently.
Yeah. All right. So your boat's gonna leave. He just checks like a sundial. Says, "Oh, in tonight. So get ready. Go to the docks. Get on the boat. You'll be on the Flaming Fist.
The Flaming Fifth. That's the name of the ship?
That's the name of the
Is
ship.
the ship on fire?
No, the ship is represented by the private police in Baldur's Gate.
I like the alliteration. It's good.
Seal of approval from Gigantor.
My name is Fenkin, please.
What was the
You are
name?
not a dwarf.
Oh, sorry.
Do not use their words.
Fair enough.
I'll give you inspiration for that.
Fair enough.
What was the name of the contact we're supposed to meet there again?
Oh, you're on your own when you get down.
We're on the but I think there was knife contacts.
There's knife contacts down there. And he also says, if you can get a meeting with the
So it looks
merchant
like
princes-
Durand is peering at the map. So it looks like the biggest city here is someplace called Port Nyanzaru?
Nyanzaru. That's
Nyanzaru.
the place we're sending the boat.
In the
to.
Bay of Chult. So that's probably our best bet to head there and land there.
That's where
right?
we're going. Anyway.
That's where the boat's going.
And then, guys, you wouldn't believe the names of some of the other places here. This place really sounds like a dream. The Peaks of Flame. Doesn't that sound like a great place to visit? The Kobold Mountains. Who doesn't like kobolds? Am I right?
I don't like kobolds.
Am I right? The Sky Lizard Mountains. Who even knows what a Sky Lizard is? I assume they're lizards that fly down from the sky and attack you from above.
Yes,
You
that
haven't read
seems
many
quite
books.
obvious.
This sounds like a dream. And am I getting this right? That this whole big middle section here, it looks empty. So that's telling me it's desert?
That's jungle. That's all trees.
Trees. Okay. Well, that's slightly better,
Trees
I suppose.
and the dinosaurs and the undead and whatever else you'll find.
Right. All the places no rational person would ever want to go. Okay.
Well,
Gotcha.
A great place to hide a death curse.
Why do you think it's here?
Because that is the best information anyone has got so far. We've been trying, and the best we can find came from the Harpers. And the Harpers are down there right now, as well as the Order of the Silver Gauntlet. Because, hey, you say undead, and those idiots go marching off like it's the goddamn parade.
Duran kind of like leans back, kind of smooths out his hair, and he's like, well, I guess if all the big names are into it, can't be the worst possible place to go.
Or it could be the worst place to go. I don't know. I've never been. That's why I'm sending you folk down.
You gotta quit while you're ahead, boss. I was talking myself into it.
Will there be supplies for us on the boat?
The boat's fully supplied, and you'll have a week's worth of at the inn. I encourage you to find out where you want to go down there and supply as best you can, because you could be gone for 30 days, you could be gone for 100 days, or you could be gone for 2 weeks.
And this is all on the mission tab for the first week, right?
Oh, no. You will be expected to pay for supplies.
Boss,
We gave
come
you
on.
50 gold.
You're sending us to the middle of a zombie-infested, dinosaur-breeding island. You can at least send us correctly so that we have a better chance of succeeding. You know what?
Well,
Wait,
just a second.
how
just a
many
second,
teams
Duran.
have you already sent to this place?
1 second. Duran. Nerd. 1 second, Duran. Nerd. What is usually accompanied in caves and tombs and hovels filled with monsters, traps, and the undead?
I'm going to do a check on that.
Yeah.
This is history?
Yeah,
or?
sure. Super easy.
It's 18.
Yeah. Treasure is the ultimate answer. Money, items.
Yeah. So, that's what I'll say.
Yeah. You can keep any of the stuff you find.
Well, I mean, I was going to do that, so obviously. Oh, you're talking to them. Right. Okay.
Will any of these treasures wipe the stain of my shame from my heart? Because
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't know. You're asking me to look into the future.
I will absolutely take care of Firkin's share then. If you don't need it, I would be more than happy to direct
Soft
it to
person,
charitable
do
causes.
not
for you.
challenge my belongings. Do not attempt to take them.
I'm saying future earnings can be channeled to a charity of your choice, and I will administer it for you.
I have no need of that. Your services are unwanted.
Great. Let me teach you about a card game called Poker later.
So, you guys can keep any magical items and treasure you find, because we good on the money front for now. We need the death curse resolved, and hopefully in a timely fashion, because people are starting to fade away, and we need them to not fade away. Do we have an understanding?
It seems we do.
Yeah, I guess so.
As long as your money's good and it goes where it needs to go.
Money is good no matter where you use it.
Yes, these metal circles will be helpful.
So, your ship leaves at 8 tonight. Be there promptly, or else, points to the back. Torture chamber back there,
Oh, he's serious. You don't be late to a job for the knife. It's not good business.
I wasn't planning on being late.
Well then, we have our orders. We have our ship. Maybe we should go. The air down here is stale.
Well, I'm off for a pint. I imagine you have somewhere that you can fit
Yes,
to sleep?
I sleep in the stars, in the air of the sun. Even
So-
at night, I
Even
feel
gutter.
it's warm.
Okay, yeah. So that's you had the look about you, and the smell. See you all later. Durand marches off, heading for his favorite pub.
Yeah. He just says, you're all, as you, you actually get the burlap sacks put on the back on your heads.
This seems unnecessary.
Oh, boss, come on.
He says, you're just lucky I have a soft spot for holy criminals. And he ushers you out the door. And you all come out. You actually find yourselves in front, or actually you find yourself in the middle of a street in downtown Baldur's Gate as all the burlap sacks get pulled off. And as you look around, you can't actually see the people who put the sacks in. They just blended into the crowd.
No.
It's kind of like you're kind of like almost at Assassin's Creed. Like people are just like brushing by you.
I really don't care for that.
Some good stealth.
So it's about 2 in the afternoon. You have about 6 hours before you got to get to.
All right. Well, I want to make some money because if we're expected to pay for our own supplies, I need to raise some funds. So Durand sets off down the street and sets up a 3-card money table.
Okay. And like by down, you mean like 15 feet down the street, where it's like they can...
Like he knows Baldur's Gate like the back of his hand.
Oh yeah.
So wherever we are, like the most busy intersection is that way. That's got the most foot traffic. I'm going to head over there. Sets up his table and starts calling people over. Like, come on, win your weight in gold.
Yeah, just down the street, you can actually hear Durand barking out for 3-card money.
Fighter, I believe we should be careful around the soft person. They seem to be interested in themselves above other things.
I agree. You and I should form an alliance.
Yes. It seems we have the most to offer this group.
I didn't want to say that in front of them.
Mercy's there with you.
I'm right here, guys.
Oh,
Yes.
And I'm not. I am not a complete criminal. Okay, you need to understand that there was context and there's a reason for the record I have, and it was for a very good cause. I was giving the money away.
I'll do an insight on that.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
gosh, 21.
Wow.
Oh yeah, totally telling the truth. That's my backstory.
Yeah.
I was giving the money. I was smuggling, yes, but I was giving all the proceeds away.
Well, the rules are the rules, though, Mercy. There's no reason to break them.
These laws mean nothing to me.
But,
They are simply just weird things that humans come up with.
Right.
You can't just break the law.
Oh, I mean, I felt I was observing a higher law that said that we had to help people, and I was using all the proceeds I was taking was everything from raids that we procured and we're going to sell anyway. So I just sped up the process and make sure it got to the right villages.
You seem concerned with laws. Are you not concerned that our employer is a vast criminal conspiracy?
Oh, I'm vastly concerned about that.
As long as they keep the rules. I've actually had dealings with the knife through smuggling, and they've always kept their word as long as they got what they wanted. So that's part of the reason why I'm okay with this, even though they are a large criminal organization. They follow their own rules and they follow a code, and that's something I can understand.
Yeah, but afterwards, I'm not gonna have to work for them for the rest of my life. I mean, I was planning on being an author. This is not really a criminal. Is not really what I was going for there.
Well, if you want to be an author, don't you need some life experience? This might be it.
Well, wow, I think that I have a lot of information that I have gathered in my.
You seem to have wounded her ego.
Like I said back in the interrogation room, this is a contract job, so we will go our separate ways once the job's done, and plus you'll have a favor in your pocket, and again, all you're doing is a job right now.
It is pretty exciting. No one has been to this island in centuries.
It's actually, after the spell play kind of eased down, people have flooded back to it.
Okay.
It's just that people who go into the jungle, you don't hear many stories about it because they usually don't come out again.
Let's see. Well, we have only a few hours before the ship is to sail, so perhaps we should set about gathering supplies we might need.
Yes, I will go to the best possible place to get supplies. The library!
Perhaps I should have been more specific.
Need.
Supplies that will be useful on our journey, I meant.
Oh, I believe this will also be useful.
Okay, then.
All right, Durand, give
Are
me
you
a
Willow to my
deception
Buffy?
check.
Deception to lure people in?
Yeah.
All right.
And also for a 3-card bounty, which
yeah.
I assume you're
Totally
cheating
is.
at.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Of course the game is rigged. So on deception, I got a 16 plus 6, so that's 22.
Yeah, almost
So
immediately.
he's just like using all of his flair and skill. If any of the others are watching him, like he's obviously well practiced at this. He's grown up running these kind of.
You've actually kind of pinched off one of the streets with the amount of people that are like starting to.
Come on, he's like losing the first couple of rounds against like the first people that come up to be like, "Hey, big winner here! Look at you, sir, making enough for dinner tonight. Treat your wife to something fancy, or would you like to play again? Maybe double your money."
Well, I do enjoy chicken.
Think about you could buy 2 chickens if you had double your money.
That's math I can agree with. Give me a sleight of hand.
All right, let's do it again. Yeah, I guess so. What he's doing is probably like a dice and cup game because one of my when I chose like my starting equipment, I have a set of weighted dice that I carry everywhere with me. That's like my standard con. So it's like dice into the cup, slam it down. You're betting on the numbers. Sleight of hand, I got a 15.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally good.
Oh, too bad, sir. Duran rakes in the extra
3
coin.
gold pieces.
Sweet. Rakes in the extra
I
coin.
did not roll well on that one.
That's fine. Would you like to go again? I mean, it
like,
only
no.
takes one more round to get back to where you were, and then you can get back on that horse.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right. I rolled a 2, so I got 4.
He's like, no, the missus is already probably going to be upset.
All right, quit when you're ahead, sir.
Passed
That's
her a
always a
chicken
good
already.
thing. Whoosh, get back to the missus. All right, what about you, ma'am? You look like a person with a streak of danger and a soul of adventure.
She says, sure, yep, I'll give it a whirl. She puts down a couple of coins.
All right, bring it on in. I'm going to let her win this one.
Okay, yeah.
Do I have to roll sleight of hand to make her win? Or
yeah,
or can I leave it up to chance?
No, I'll say make a sleight of hand.
Okay. 16 plus 6.
Yeah, so that's going to cost you 7 gold in losings.
Okay.
I just keep it marked down.
I'm
She's like,
tallying as we go.
Yes, that's all. I can get like 7 chickens for this.
What's the local goddess of luck or god of luck?
I think it's Tamora.
Let's just say Tamora.
Sure.
Yeah.
You've got Lady Tamora's own luck, milady. Would you like to continue going?
Give me another persuasion check.
Okay. 6.
She's like, no, this is good enough dinner
that's too bad because we have an extra special prize. He indicates like under the table. I'm going to use deception on that one.
Okay.
20 crit.
You see her begin to walk away, and then you say special surprise. She kind of turns around, gives
The
her.
special prize we only bring out for the most special players.
She says, "All right." She only tosses down 2 coins on the.
All right.
So give me another sleight of hand.
I got another crit. So that's 26.
Okay, good, because she rolled a natural 20 out.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah. All right, and you fleece her for 7 gold. You made it back.
All right.
Hello. How is your swindle going? Have you been able to take coins from these unsuspecting people?
Whoa! Swindle? What? And you see the crowd.
Oh, I'm
turn.
sorry.
Are people not freaked out by this giant looming over us?
Like we're more freaked out by a swindle. There's like,
Madame, I assure you, this creature is obviously not from around here and doesn't know an honest game of chance when they see one.
I'll realize what's going on and I'll try and deceive people that I am sorry. I have chosen the wrong swapped person to speak with.
make it with disadvantage
Yeah.
because the crowd is starting to turn against you now.
Oh man, it's pretty
9.
good, though.
9. Like they're like you hear something like, "Hey, someone call one of the Flaming Fist guys. There's someone who's closing on their rack, and I bet they're not even giving them a cut either."
I laser eye, dagger eyes whoever said that. I look at them.
You actually can't tell. It's just like a wall of people in front of you. At this
All right,
point.
I'm going to use Thieves' Cant to just like bark out quickly, like I pay my dues, man. Like in whatever Thieves' Cant is, so only people who can understand Thieves' Cant will get that. It's probably like half a symbol and like half a noise.
You actually hear Thieves Can't being barked over. Like, no, I know you. You absolutely don't.
Okay. All right, I turn. I start scooping up my stuff, and I point to the crowd, and I'm like, in Thieves' Cant, I'm like, look, I'm being sent away on a special mission tonight to make my debts right. So don't make me come over there.
You hear no response.
Great. All right. So have a good evening. He scoops up his stuff and like walks away. Away from this guy.
You see Duran scoop up all his stuff, kind of like sloppily puts it in. You notice he kind of like crumples the map a little bit more.
I'm going to stealth into an alleyway, actually, to get away from them.
I'll say because of the crowd, you get advantage on the stealth as well.
Oh, sweet, because I rolled a 5. Better. 18 plus 4 is 22.
22. You can do a perception check if you want to track, or a survival check if you want to track him.
Yeah. I'll just let him go, and I'll
Okay.
turn to the crowd and I'm like, "My apologies. I was not aware that you liked being swindled." And I walk over.
Mercy and Aletha.
I just turn towards the crowd, and I just shrug and like I'm sorry for his nature.
Meanwhile, April's been using her researcher feat,
Right.
or ability, which is part of my background, which is when you attempt to learn or call a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where to obtain it, from where or from who to obtain it. Usually this comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage or other learned person or creature. You can also rule, though, that the knowledge I seek is secreted away in an almost inaccessible place, or that it simply cannot be found. Unearthing the deepest secrets of the multiverse can require an adventure or even a whole campaign.
So what are you trying to figure out?
So first I'll learn about Death Curse.
Death Curse? Okay, so...
I guess I should do a history check to first to see what I know.
You know enough that everyone knows about it.
It's a recent phenomenon,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like all the literature on it would be fairly new.
Yeah, it's-
people are currently writing like their theories about it. I assume
Mostly priests and holy orders who do the majority of the healing inside a city or elsewhere are
Right.
completely baffled by it.
Okay.
What they can tell you is that it looks like it interferes with the necromantic magic of resurrection, but it doesn't interfere with the animation of the undead. So you can raise a zombie or a skeleton, but you can't raise a person.
Okay, it can't raise the dead, but it can
Animate the corpses.
animate the corpses.
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually, and give me a investigation check as well. I'll say in your research.
Sweet. That's 13.
13?
Or sorry, just 12.
12. Yeah, so you're not... Yeah, that's pretty much as far as you know is that resurrection of people not possible, but you can animate skeletons and zombies off of the people who've passed away.
And then also I want to learn more about the island.
The island, you figure your best bet is not really book knowledge, but more vocal passed down knowledge, and you figure going down to the docks and talking to the sailors who actually sailed down to Chult.
Sweet. All right. So
Probably your best bet.
cool. I'll head down to the docks.
Okay, give me, I'll say another investigation check to try and...
Ooh, that's much better. It's 22.
Nice.
investigate the crap out of that.
Just getting some knowledge on Schultz.
Yeah, I also took investigation.
Yeah,
as
you're
well.
totally Willow to my Buffy.
As for the background, I got investigation and history as my proficiencies.
Nice.
Second, there's a perfect table that you can use. Perfect. Alrighty then. So yeah, you make friends, or you make conversation with one of the sailors, and he says like, "Oh yeah, Chult's a real humid place you go to. It's a completely different spice rack. The people are really nice. It's a merchant-based society. Like it's a lot of coin-driven economy. That's what they prize the most." And I don't want to alarm you, but in the Bay of Chult, like when you come into the port, there's a giant dragon turtle named Armag. He is kind of like the protector of the bay. You need some treasure, kind of like a tax to pay him as you go by. He kind of that's his thing for guarding it, keeping it safe. I can't say all that well, but when the sea begins to boil and foam starts erupting up and you see a giant shadow that eclipses your boat, throw some treasure in, because that's Armag coming up to say, "Hey, welcome to Chult. Don't mess around. Pay me some money. Pay me some treasure."
How much treasure about would you say? Like just gold would work, or
I've seen people throw in gold. I've heard other people throw in gems or magical items. So it's hard to say.
interesting.
Most boats that go down there now usually wrap the fee, the price of Armag into the fee of the ticket. So in theory, if you've already got a ticket, unless you're getting swindled, you should be good.
Oh.
Also pirates.
Oh, pirates?
Yeah, not just one P pirates, singular P pirates.
Pirates.
Well,
Okay.
Well, when traffic increases to an area, money increases to an area, and people who desire to steal money from people also flock to that area. Sometimes they sail to that area. So they got a bit of a pirate problem down there. So just be careful. Also, don't drink the water. The water in the city is good, in the port is good. Out in the jungle, because there's a lot of crazy diseases and insects and bugs. Catch your water from the rain. Not even boiling it works. You gotta get the fresh stuff, because man, oh man, that jungle's dangerous.
Oh, good. Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, and the Thundering Lizard is a cool place to hang out.
Thundering Lizard, eh? I believe I'm staying there.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, get the Tej. It is a nice honey amber thick ale. It is really good.
Is it alcoholic?
Oh yeah. Like, you know how you have 3 X's on a jug of alcohol? This is either 5X.
No.
5X, please.
Oh. 5 is more.
5 is more, yeah.
5 is more than 3.
What was it called again?
Tej. Tej. There's
Cool.
tons of it down there.
Well, I guess I'll wait for my ride.
It's all right. Yeah, you can just chill out on the side of the dock, just kind of twiddling your feet on the...
Yeah, I'll chat them up, I guess, trying to get more information,
Yeah.
whatever.
You notice that a lot of the boats are actually heading down to Port Nyanzaru.
Also, you can probably write my book in the afternoon, because I keep a journal and research notes.
I would probably end up, doing the same kind of talking to people, getting the lay of the land and the laws, and just seeing what I need to observe.
Give me... Where are you going to do this? And then...
in the docks.
In the docks? Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh, not so good. 5.
Yeah, it seems that they know the people you try and talk to, they know things, but it looks like they're too busy getting geared up to catch the evening tides.
Right.
Out.
Okay.
And they don't really have time for a paladin who's clearly someone who looks like they're trying to follow. They're like, hey, we're not going to share any black market information with you, lady. I got a box to load.
All right, so having fled away from these spoil sports who are ruining my work, I head to my favorite and nearest pub or tavern, wherever they serve spirits.
Okay.
Throw open the door.
They don't allow ghosts in there, by the way.
Ghosts?
Could you serve
I'm not a ghost, so I'm not worried.
You said they want to serve their favorite spirits?
Yes, I meant liquor.
Oh.
Homonyms. Not all spirits are ghosts. I know plenty of fine spirits. Anyway, Duran throws open the door dramatically, bursts in like he owns the place and that everyone there knows him. Probably half the people do.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that response of
friends, gentlemen, tonight will be my last night.
Good.
Baldur's Gate.
Go away.
For a long time.
Don't come back.
Thank you, sir. And just because I love you all so much, I'm going to buy a round of drinks for the house.
I'll get the premium.
Barkeep, let's have a round of drinks for everyone here. It's my last night. We're going out in style.
You see this mutton shop guy, brown hair, kind of like, all right, Duran, but you got to pay up front. I'm not taking any of that bar tabs.
Cash up front, of course, my friend. I give him 10 gold.
Whoa.
Buy a round of drinks for the first people, however much ale that will buy.
He's like, all right, and if you're heading out, I expect you're not coming back.
Oh, I'll be back someday. Someday my shadow will darken your door once more, and the tales I will have to tell.
Is one of those tales going to include paying your actual bar tab?
Look, I assumed that this would be an excellent down payment to get me going. And besides, look at everyone's having a good time. They all get drunk. They're going to buy more from you. I'm doing this for you, buddy.
Yeah. See about that, because you're not what I'd call a strong person. There's also this thing with the death curse going on.
I'm wiry, sir.
I just want to make sure that if you're leaving, I get paid and you didn't drink for free and then die, and then I don't get any money from you anymore.
Well, if my 10 gold isn't good for you, sir, I'm sure I can take my business and my merriment and my goodbye party elsewhere. And if your patrons would care to follow with me, as I'm obviously so... He's gathering up his gold as he's saying this. As I'm obviously so free spending and in such a good mood tonight, well, I suppose that is just going to have to be chalked up to bad business on your part. And he starts to leave.
Give me a persuasion check.
I got a 9 plus 2 is 11.
He says, yeah, see, these people are already well into their drinks and mobility not their big thing. Also, by rolling randomly, that 15 gold ain't going to come from a dead person. So I'll tell you what, you give me 5 now, and then you pay the rest when you come back.
I'm sorry, for the round that I just ordered?
No, for your bar tab.
You want 5 gold instead of 10 gold.
Oh, you can buy the booze now with the 10 gold, but for your previous drinks...
I'm sorry, you're saying my tab is only 5 gold?
No, I'm saying I'm lowering it to... I just take a down payment right now. I don't trust you leaving and then not paying the 15 gold.
Very well. Here you go.
All right. He takes... And you see people being to reluctantly come up. It's not so much the free booze, but it's like a Durand bought drink.
Well, with such a stirring goodbye speech from my excellent friend here. What's your name?
We're not friends. Please stop. Please, just... I'm here for the booze.
What a charmer, everyone. I can see why this is your favorite place to drink. To me!
Yeah.
To the adventures I will have, and to the treasures that I will bring back and dazzle you with.
You just hear from out in the middle, go away!
I'm going to find that guy, and I'm going to cheers him.
Give me an investigation check.
All right. With a 0, I got a 9.
Yeah, it seems just like one of those voices in the crowd again that you just think, oh, that guy, don't know where he is, but because everyone just kind of like that simultaneous.
All right, I look around, I scan the crowd, I'm trying to find the people who are the most drunk, like the most out of it, the most close to passing out.
Another investigation check.
Not perception? I'm just scanning the room.
Yeah, okay, let's say perception.
17.
17, yeah, you can see kind of this booth in the corner. It's got about 4 or 5 people in it, and they look pretty sloshed into their meat and to their...
So after I cheers with like everybody that I just bought a round of drinks for, I move over to their table. May I please sit with you?
They're like, what? Sure. Yeah.
Excellent. I take a seat. You all look like a fine bunch of partying folk.
Yeah, we partied like no party.
What are you celebrating tonight, my friends?
We're alive. Alive.
True, life. She is the sweetest gift, is she not?
We just lost a friend who passed away.
Oh, my condolences, sir.
And we tried to bring her back, and she couldn't come back. So it's
yes, this death curse that everyone's speaking of.
Not good. Not good at all.
Definitely not. And hopefully someday somebody will do something about that.
It is not good.
You know what? I was actually, I lean in conspiratorially. I was actually conscripted earlier tonight to be part of a very mission to do something about that very thing. And if I'm successful on this mission, perhaps you'll be able to bring your friend back.
That would be good. I miss her. We all miss her. She was quite a person.
What was her name?
Alondra.
Dear Alondra, I cheers. I hold up a drink and clink glasses with all of them. To Alondra's name and to her memory. And you know, if you want to invest just a slight amount into this mission to help it be successful, I'm sure we'd get that much closer to having her back.
Give me a persuasion check.
I deception. I have no idea if it's going to work. Okay. I'm totally lying to them. I rolled a 1. So that's a 7 total.
Yeah, I rolled with disadvantage and they got a 12.
Oh.
So they're like, you know what? I just can't do finances right now. It's
Understood, sir.
very trying time. Just, I hope you solve it.
Well then, at least please drink to my good fortune and success.
You see him kind of sloppily, kind of like a trembling hand, holds up the stein. It more goes down his chin than actually in his mouth. And then he just kind of like slides back against the back of his chair. Not passed out, but just kind of just like trying to soak in the reality of everything that's going on right now for him. And
how many are sitting there? Like a party of 3?
4.
4?
Yeah.
All right. I look around and I kind of clink glasses with them. And I'm like, how about another round for Alondra?
It's like, yeah, that sounds good. Yes, we will. To Alondra, and you see the kind of like this mopey kind of like cheers.
I gesture to like the barmaid.
Yeah, she comes over, brings another round. We'll say 50 silver pieces for.
Oh, I'm not paying for it.
Oh,
I just made the motion.
Okay.
I was just getting her attention.
Yeah, and they just slide the money over on the table.
All right, I'm just gonna like sit and drink. My idea basically is I want to find a group of people, get them like totally hammered out of their minds, and then I'm gonna take their coin purses and leave.
Yeah, well, they're totally hammered out of their minds. So you've
okay. Then I'm just gonna. So as I'm with
them,
them and like sidling up to them,
yeah.
I'm like encouraging them to tell me stories about Alondra and what she was like, and I'm gonna like slide a consoling hand around them and then like nick their coin
So
purse.
I'll say give me 4 sleight of hand checks.
Okay.
Depending on what happens, it may affect. So the first one's going to happen with advantage, and depending on what happens, it may affect the next roll. So
Right. Okay, I got a 7 and 11. So the high roll on sleight of hand will be 17.
you are good. You managed to lift 7 gold off of the first individual.
All right.
As you begin to work your way down the.
So as they like tell me these stories at turns like maudlin or happily reminiscent, I laugh along. I'm like, no, she didn't do that. Are you kidding? Or if it's particularly maudlin, I'll be like, that's so sad. I'm so very sorry for your loss.
Right.
As I'm like sneaking a hand around.
Give me another one.
With advantage again?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a 1 and a 6, so that's a 12 total.
You see the guy who actually you had the initial conversation with. He actually comes and he's not drunk enough. He thinks you're just getting chummy, but just kind of slaps your hand away. He's like, we're not.
My
that close
apologies.
yet."
I'm not trying to get Miss Frisky, my friend. You're not my type.
But you see him kind of like maybe sober up a little bit. Like,
He's a little more alert.
Yeah, so no advantage on this roll.
Okay. 8 plus 6 is 14.
Yep, you're good. So on the third one over, you managed to pull off 5 gold off of this one.
All right. I need to think of a distraction for the last one. So as they kind of come to the end of like regaling me with tales, and they start to like get too drunk to continue on, I'm going to move to like the end of the booth as if I'm like excusing myself, and I'm like, well, it's been my pleasure and an honor to hear about such a wonderful individual, and I'm sure she all loved you all very, very greatly, as you are clearly high class people. And I like open my arms for an embrace from the last one.
Yeah.
Like, come on, buddy, bring it in.
Give me another stealth check. I'll give you advantage on this one.
Ooh, 20. So that's 26.
Because
okay, so this time, not only do I take like his gold, if there's any other like equipment in the folds of his jacket or like his weapon at his hip, I like remove that and slip it into my jacket.
So you will get 2 gold off of that one, unfortunately. Also good for you because I rolled a natural 20 on his perception check on it. Let's roll on. Ooh, I need a d12 for my quick finds. You find some herbs in his pocket.
A pouch of herbs?
A pouch of herbs.
Okay.
You also actually check the I guess the moon dial or the gas dial in the tavern. You notice actually it says 7:45.
All right, well, it's about time I took my leave. Farewell, ye merry gentlemen and ladies. I will see you anon. Enjoy your time in Baldur's Gate.
You exit the door, just as the door creaks shut, you just hear something like, I always hated that guy.
Nonsense. I'm beloved by everyone.
So you notice that all the ships from Mercy and Althea, that the boats are getting ready to catch the evening tide, and there's kind of like the pace is picked up for everything. As last minute cranes and crates are being lowered onto the decks of boats.
So when I arrive, is it okay if I've done a small bit of shopping?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Furlong.
I've purchased some things that may be useful for our journey. First, a set of manacles, just in case. Second, this totem made of the wood of willows. Willows are associated with the element guyar, which is of flow and flowing, which should get us safely on this journey. And finally, a set of cards, if we get bored.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Yes.
I am all for cards. I can teach you all kinds of card games.
I will not play with you. I have seen you play cards.
Oh, that's not very friendly. You said we played dice.
Yeah.
Anybody interested in some dwarven chess?
I do not know that game.
It's chess, but with dwarves.
See, then we're all on equal footing. None of us know how to play that game. There's only nerds who play that game.
I will play then, but we will not gamble.
Perish the thought. It's just for fun.
Yes. For fun.
All right,
You got a good head on your shoulders, way up there.
Actually, I'll maybe just buy some parchment also while we're in that
Easy enough.
waiting time. That's like what, a gold?
No, parchment is just, I think it's like 3 copper pieces.
All right.
Parchment's super cheap.
I'm just going to be practical and pick up like a couple weeks of provisions.
Yep.
Yeah. Is our food taken care of on the boat?
On the boat,
Yeah,
your food's taken care of on the boat.
And are we going to be able to shop when we get there? Is there-
Yeah, absolutely.
The port we're
It's a
going to
port.
has everything.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's the main hub for.
It's the main hub,
Yeah, I'm just picking up, I guess, parchment for my book so I can keep writing in my journal during the journeys.
I am interested in this knowledge that you cannot keep in your head and must inscribe on this sheepskin.
Oh, well, everything you put on the page, you can then not keep it in your head in quite the same way, but also then you can transfer it to others.
What use is knowledge if it's not worth remembering?
Oh, well, this book helps.
Durand like cocks an eyebrow at you.
Well, it's more complicated than that. You can then refer to it later and expand your knowledge. You can't keep everything in here.
I
Point
can.
your head.
Everything important. For instance, this. A
Got
small,
you there,
small
nerds.
strand of grass and things floats around you. This I keep in my head.
That's very impressive.
Yes.
What are you doing exactly?
He's doing some druid craft with like grass, like circling.
Swirling a little tornado of grass.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
that's something. Certainly haven't seen that in an alleyway before.
I think we could learn a lot from each other, frankly.
Possibly. Not from your bizarre markings on sheepskin, but in conversation, perhaps.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll try reading a book or two, though. There's a lot of enjoyment you can get out of reading a book.
It is going to be a long, long boat ride.
Durand kind of
I
slaps
can't
Mercy
wait.
on the arm. I don't know about you, but I'm really rooting for the two of these two. Look at those lovebirds. What a neat cute.
I don't know. They seem to be from from different sides of the.
That's what makes it so great. It's yin and yang, the odd couple.
It's like
I do
Romeo
not
and Sidney
Opposites
Applebaum.
attract.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh no, it's gonna crash and burn. Are you kidding?
So, do you guys want to role play on the ship, or can I speed of plot you down to?
It's up to you.
It's up to you. That's 2 months of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh no, that's 2 months of road time. It only takes about a week's worth of
to travel
Yeah.
to Cholt.
Okay.
Okay, well,
'Cause you're
in
taking
a
the-
week, the whole time I would be trying to engage people and just chatting them up, learning about like their weaknesses. Basically, that's what I'm trying to do. Baiting them into card games, trying to win money from them however I possibly can.
Yeah, unfortunately, the ship you're on is actually mostly military.
I'm talking about these guys.
Oh, these guys. Okay, but for reference, the boat you're on is very much almost like if cops were going to a convention somewhere.
Cops like to gamble too, man. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but in Baldur's Gate, some of my best clients were cops.
Well, these are the private firm, the Flaming Fist, who have
A little more straight laced.
a little more straight laced, a little more being paid to be.
I never met a soldier who didn't like to gamble with their wages though.
You'd be surprised. They have a very strict routine. They have orders from the top, or discipline flows from the top type of thing. And there's a reason why they're called the Flaming Fist is that if you somehow disobey one of the rules or break with the order structure, you kind of feel the burn and pain of consequences.
All right, well, in that case, I am ingratiating myself to the captain and buttering them up at every opportunity.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check, but made with disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Because he is a hard son of a bitch.
Well, I got a 15 and a 1, so that's 3.
Yeah, he seems very immediately off the bat very off-puttish. Like he keeps an arm's distance from people he does not know or trust. Essentially,
I'm just constantly like, looking sharp today, Captain.
Yeah,
you run such a great ship, Captain.
He treats you like cargo. Like you are technically ticketed, you get meals, but you're all compacted in the same room.
Can I just say what a pleasure it has been to be on your ship, sir?
Fenquin, you really actually don't fit inside the hold that you're in, and you're pretty sure this is you should do like a grain type of hold. There's like a lot of mice in your.
I make friends with the mice.
Yeah.
And then I go up on deck and I kneel down at the side of the boat and hold onto the railing. And as I channel my druidic energy into a ritual where I cast Speak with Animals, the little sprouts of growth start to grow to the dead wood and the thing, and I say, "Whales, are you there, whales?"
Immediately off the starboard side, you see like.
Hello, whales. Good to meet you.
Hello, what are you doing here?
We are traveling. I was curious. How is the ocean these days?
You see the one humpback whale look to the other. Wet.
Very good. I would be in the ocean with you rather than on this ship if I could breathe the water you breathe. Oh, you breathe air.
Yes.
Never mind. I can't hold my breath like you do. That's what I meant.
Maybe you should not jump in the ocean until you're more familiar with the denizens of the ocean.
Yes, someday I hope to learn magic that will let me swim with you.
Well, we look forward to that one day. As you begin to swim off, you actually hear them kind of like tourists. In the meantime, everyone on the side just sees Fenquin just like talking here, like these two humpback whales just kind of like...
Very strange. What is he doing? And I'll like write notes about it.
I have spoken with the whales.
Oh. What do they have to say?
They said the water is wet, and they invited us to swim with them when we may breathe in the water.
Wow, that's some stunning insight straight from nature's mouth.
Yes.
Gracie's
It
pregnant.
truly is a great privilege to communicate with such magnificent creatures.
That's very
He
strange.
has no sense of, like, irony whatsoever.
No. Those whales are almost certainly making fun of him.
They are super intelligent. So you guys spend the rest of the week, the day, like you catch some glimpses of the coast. You're pretty far off as you're going deeper out into the water. But eventually you just kind of see like this cloudy mist on the horizon, and all of a sudden the mountains start to break through. And you start coming into this kind of like inlet cloud area. And you see this beautiful tower kind of sticking up. It looks like it's still many miles away, but that's when you start to see the foam around the boat begin to like kind of like erupt a little bit, kind of like a pot of water on a boiling stove as things begin to bubble up. And you actually notice that the boat begins to twist and turn, kind of like a small eddy that's coming around.
Oh, I was going to ask if they paid the tribute. Have you paid the tribute to the dragon?
Yeah, the boat begins to spin around as you see, so how do you pronounce your name, guys?
Aelthra.
Aelthra. Okay. Put that down phonetically.
Ale drinking?
Yeah.
Thra.
You got it.
It's Elethra is the other way to pronounce it, but like it doesn't really matter to me.
You see the
Why is it complicated, man?
you see the shadow come up from underneath the boat, and everything the boat begins to tilt and cavalcade a bit more as you see one of the flaming fist guards come running. Looks like this brown burlap sack, and you can actually hear the clinking of coins and items, and he just hucks it into the ocean, hits the surface of the water, and you can see actually kind of like this cresting a little bit. It looks kind of like coral reef or kind of like rocks comes out, just kind of punctures it and grabs onto it, and everyone else give me a perception check over the side.
Ooh,
Oh,
25.
14.
Actually, only 23.
15 is all you need.
Oh, did he
21.
get 15? Nope.
You see, actually, this rock looks like it's covered in treasure. You can see gemstones, coins, and it all just kind of like sticks to the side as it sinks back down beneath the surface, and the water calms down, and the boat actually ceases spinning and pointing in the direction that you were originally going. As you now come into the port of Nyanzaro, you see there's a big dock chain across the breach. You see guards send out the horn signals, and it lowers down. You see the chains descend below the water as the boat comes sailing in. And as you come back up, you hear the horns again, the chain comes back up. You can see the captain. It looks like he's having a conversation with somebody, and you can't really tell who it's with. If anyone has Arcana check, they can...
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
I am trained in Arcana. Not very well, but we'll see.
I am trained, but poorly.
Plus another 3 is 11.
That's enough.
Oh,
Yeah, you know the captain's obviously engaged in a message spell with somebody, possibly the harbor master, as he's making arrangements, and he brings the dock in. And you notice as you come in, the harbor is full of ships. There's definitely you see different flags from the Lord's Alliance. You see Waterdeep. You see Neverwinter. You see Baldur's Gate. There's a lot of boats in here.
I was expecting some pissando frontier town. This is practically like home.
You see the long, elegant ships of the elves and like the short, stocky, almost like stone-built ships of the dwarves. And everybody is in Port Nyanzaro right now. As you guys get slid into a bay, as you come off, you notice that there is a golden half dragon to greet everybody as they come off. Immediately, almost like clockwork. You see cranes being swung over the cargo hold. The stuff's being hauled out as you.
Before I leave the cargo hold, I call the mice to me, and I share with them the locations where I've hidden food over the journey for them.
You see, like, thanks, we appreciate that. That's really useful because sometimes they don't bring enough food on those trips.
Yes, good. I hope that you will be fed well and not be scared in this boat.
As long as there's no cat here, we're gonna be fine.
Right.
As you jump down, it's dock workers and other adventurers. It's almost like you've never left Baldur's Gate. That's shoulder to shoulder traffic, and the humidity just hits you right in the face. This is a subtropical type of environment. You can see mountain peaks up over top of the city, and you can actually see kind of like this mist cloud just hanging just above the tree line and just above the city, as it looks like this is a place that sees a lot of rain and a lot of sunshine over the course of a day. And like the smells hit you. You smell like the smell of a well-worked harbor, that kind of a decay and spicy food that's come up as you guys slowly make your way through the dock district. You can also hear like the slapping of waves against the side of boats, as it's just kind of this background hum of the city where you get into it and you notice how colorful it is. You see awnings covering the sides of the street to give shade to everybody. It's yellows and reds and blues, various mixtures of races of elves, dwarves, tabaxi, humans, just seem to be milling and wandering about. And you notice that on the sides of these buildings, it's kind of like very similar to Baldur's Gate as well, where the buildings are built upwards and they're very tall. That on the side are painted great portraits and landscapes of like events in Chultan history, famous Chultan people that their names have been lost hadn't lost to time.
What does the average Chultan look like?
They're regular humans. They're anywhere from black to olive to tan skin. People who've spent a lot of time in the sun.
Pacific Islanders.
Yeah, very, very much so. Like it's a mix of like Tamori, Maui, or Maori. Sorry, thank you. And Afro-Caribbean kind of like wrapped in together.
Cool.
Lots of tattoos, lots of face paint, lots of loose clothing that's so brightly colored. And you smell, as soon as you hit that first bit of cobblestone on the sidewalks off the docks, you can smell the street meat just hitting you right in the face.
Oh, I think I'm going to like it here.
I'll give you
Could do without the humidity, though.
your map of Port Nianzaru. You are now in the harbor.
I would be the map keeper.
I am the map keeper.
But in general.
So,
What a great scar on nature this city is.
It's a super neat looking town with a lot of like sort of circular design. And
Where do we start on this?
you're in the harbor ward 17.
17. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You want to get a picture of this one with your tablet?
Oh.
And you can draw over it and show
Can,
where we
live
are.
tweet it.
So also,
I am live tweeting this session, by the way.
you also notice that the very first thing you see are big posters for the dinosaur races that occur in the city streets every week, and there's one in 2 days.
I tap the shoulder of whoever's standing nearest that poster, and I point at it, and I'm like, is there betting on these?
And they look over you like, almost like you've asked the stupidest question in the world. Like, is there betting on the dinosaur
I
races?
laugh with them. Excellent. Oh, I am going to like this place.
Yeah, just be careful. There's people who've literally lost everything they own to the dinosaur races.
Noted.
If you want, you can actually rent a dinosaur and race one yourself.
I'm kind of more interested in being the person that people make bets with.
Okay, yeah, there's a whole guild for that. Don't worry. When they don't have any official standing right now, but once the race day starts, they'll have kiosks all over the city that you can.
And who can I talk to about doing work for these people?
For the racing guild, you got to go through some. They're very tight about who they.
I think it's the betting guild.
That's who they're talking about.
I'm sure everyone in a position of authority I've ever met is always in need of some out of town talent.
Say, okay, well, I mean, because it's an economic thing, I'd say go talk to the merchant princes They have a meeting place up in the Golden Throne, which is
Merchant Princes, you say?
Yeah, so you just came off the dock, so
Absolutely, fresh to chilled. Never been here before. Looks like a fabulous place.
So this is kind of, it's not like a royalty thing or a theocracy thing. We're actually ruled by 7 people, a council of 7 merchant princes who control their own aspects of the economy. And then, sometimes they give up the seat, sometimes they pass the seat down to family members. It kind of rotates around every now and then.
How egalitarian.
But they do not like people messing with their economy. So I'd say if you want to get in with the Racing Guild, go find out which merchant
Everything on the up and up, sir, of course.
Yeah, so just if you get time, get in the line, stand with the merchant prince, and they will meet with you and see if you are worthy enough to join their ranks to hopefully make them some money.
Okay, I perception check on this guy. Like, what kind of status is he living? Is he wearing jewelry? Is he wearing rings?
Yeah, you don't need a perception check. He looks just like a regular dock worker. Rough hands, kind of like a shirt that doesn't mind getting dirty, and pants and shoes that.
No, jewelry.
No jewelry. No.
All right. I wasn't going to rob him. Come on, he wouldn't know he'd been robbed. It's called pickpocketing. Anyway, I thank the gentleman. Thank you so much for being so open and informative.
He says, don't enjoy your time in Schultz. Try the Tej. Try the food. I'd say avoid the barbecue dinosaur. A lot of people who are new to Schultz don't like the gaminess of it, but teach their own.
When in Schultz, do as the Chiltons do, right? How could I not want to sample from the local cuisine?
As he mentions dinosaurs, you actually notice that someone has a bridled up and muzzled Allosaurus with a big orange racing.
Goes by?
Yeah, kind of on a leash on a tether, has a big bright orange racing stripe painted down the side of it. Just kind of slowly, you hear kind of the boom, leather feet on cobblestone, just kind of walking by. As it looks like people are starting to gather up their dinosaurs to get ready for the race in a couple of days.
Shameful enslavement of a fine creature. We should release him.
Whoa, wait a minute there, big guy. Whoa. I think we should, maybe have a little group consultation before we decide to go messing with the economy of the place we just ended up in. Mm. And I don't think those merchant princes would be very happy.
We release these fine creatures.
Well, that wouldn't really be... We have to blend in around here.
Respecting local customs. That's what we're all about.
And loss.
Then let us go to our inn, where we have been instructed to go.
Yes. The Thundering Lizard.
It is in the market ward.
I don't know what that is. Which number is it?
It would be good to get settled before...
In the east, it's down.
Oh, down here, yeah.
All right, so I assume we ended up here. That's the dock, right?
Yeah, you were at...
Or would we
start at 17?
Yeah, start at 17.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so what do we see along the way? What's this big structure here?
Okay, so that is... One second, let me get the proper thing. So the first thing you notice about Port Nianzaru, it's a city on the side of a mountainside. So everything kind of angles down towards the ocean. And again, it's very tall, narrow streets with lots of... Anytime you see a guard or an outpost, it has awnings to keep the shade over people. This is a city that has been around for quite some time and has adapted to the current situation. As you go walking along, I think that's the trade district.
So I find a rat and I say to the rat, please show us how to get there in a fast manner. And we follow. This rat will lead us to our inn.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuade a rat? Okay.
Yeah. Just because you can talk to animals doesn't mean
you have
they do
an animal handler?
want them to.
It's a druid? Well, this is speak with animals. So I might be able to persuade the beast to perform a small favor. I have met... okay. So this is persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion check.
4.
It's actually, because you did it with speak with animals, do it with advantage.
Oh, great.
Not much better.
6.
You see them maybe not during the daytime. There's a lot of cats and a lot of tabaxi around.
I understand.
Also,
I apologize for
birds
intruding and for
predators.
asking.
And you're gigantic and I'm a mouse, so how do I know you're not trying to con me?
I am a friend of all animals, but
Yeah.
I appreciate that would be difficult for you to know now. So go in peace, rat.
Just head towards east. When you see the Grand Market, hang a left, follow the main road. It'll take you there.
Thank you. That is very helpful and more than you should have given for me, a stranger, making a request of you, a rat.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't have many options at this point because you could step on me. And
It's true, but I would never do that. I am your friend, rat. Go in peace.
All right. Thank you. A good question. You see the rat scurry off.
Why do you have so many conversations with rats?
Yeah, to everyone else, this is like...
Is a noble creature a rat?
Oh.
Yes.
I never really thought of them as noble.
Well, that is a failing of your imagination.
As you guys walk uphill, you notice that the cobblestones are kind of like made to like kind of mini steps to try and help people up. And along the sides, you can see a lot of rain gutters that just looks like that flushes rainwater down towards the bay. And immediately you smell spices, you smell timber as you come to this thing known as the Grand Souk, which is like the main market bazaar in
Is
Britain.
that the number 6?
That's
thing?
number 6.
Okay.
It's a covered over place with shade, and it looks like just a chaotic frenzy of people doing
Looks
commerce.
like it has a big blue like tent pavilion in the center.
Yeah, it's like
and,
it's
kind
actually
of shaped like a Y.
It's a big dome. So it is indoor. It's one of the 3 main markets in Port Nianzaro, and it's again that background noise of people just chittering off. It's almost deafening because you can see all the vendors are stacked to the brim with animals to trade, skins, pelts, food.
Well, hey, if there's any more stuff we need to get, we should probably start here.
Yeah, and remember, this is one of the 3 markets you can, or market wards you can, or marketplaces you can go to in the city. You actually notice that there's signs on it. One's for the Red Bazaar, and the other one's for the Jewel District.
I take special note of the Jewel District, what direction that is.
You guys make your way down or up the hill to the market ward, and you can easily hear the music coming from something known as the Thundering Lizard. And as you come up to the sign, you notice that it's
Is that
actually
number 20 here in the center?
no, it's actually in 18.
Oh.
Okay.
Anonymous building in 18. You actually notice that the sign is actually magically enchanted, that it's 2 Triceratops butting heads into each other, and then
That's very clever.
little lightning bolts coming off. And you notice there's actually kind of like a big burly tabaxi just kind of working security at the door. As you hear kind of like dishes clatter together, a glass breaks as you come up to the door of the Thundering Lizard. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Hello, cat person. We are here with reservations, working for someone from far away.
There you go. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna need something a bit more specific.
My name is Eltramars. These are my companions, Durand, Furquin, and Mercy. I believe we have reservation.
My name
Fenquin.
is Fenquin.
Sorry, apologies.
Oh yeah, he checks a piece of paper and he says, "Yep, we do 7 days at the Thundering Lizard. Your meals will be covered here. Drinks are on your own. Don't get into any trouble. We don't want to kick you out."
Oh, well, we won't cause any trouble. We won't cause any trouble, right, Durand?
Not at all. Are you kidding?
I will restrain anyone who causes trouble.
Right, all right, thank you. In you go, and it's kind of like that saloon-style swinging doors as you kind of slide in. The floor is covered in sand and sawdust. You can see that a lot of the tables are actually bolted down into the floor. And it seems very rowdy. There's one bartender working as people are just kind of like in lively conversation. You hear music, but you actually don't see a band anywhere. And everyone give me a perception check on the inside.
16.
10.
Oh, wow, 20.
Yeah, 15 or higher. You actually see a pretty sizable board at the back, and you actually see there's actually lists for people looking for adventurers to do things and guides hiring themselves out for cash monies.
Perhaps we should find a guide. Or should we take our rooms first?
Where do you see the guides?
I don't see the guides, actually.
The guides,
That's a job
they're
board
posted,
right there.
They're
Durand
posted over there.
points it out.
Oh. I didn't see it.
There's a board over there for hiring guides.
It's where you get like all kinds of odd jobs, or you try to make contact with people who know their way around places. It's pretty standard.
Let us read some of these guide notices.
Yeah, I'll definitely go over there to read. That's my favorite.
Words!
Yeah.
1 second. As you look for a guide, I will give you...
Oh my God, there's so many pieces of paper in this.
Yep. So here are all the available
Oh, man.
guides.
Whoa.
We have a whole selection here of...
Those are the obvious ones.
These are the most obvious ones?
Yeah.
Okay,
They have
cool.
like little portraits.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like business cards, essentially.
So there's New Hackenstone, if someone wants to read about that person. Musharaib, Azala Stormfang, person Iku, and then Farol and something.
Gandolo. I'll read Farul and Gandolo. Why pay for one guide when you can have two for the same price? We have the smarts, the goods, and our own Triceratops. Treasure abounds. When we're done and leading you to all the ancient sites and sacred places that we know of, you'll be swimming in gold and magic. All the other guides will lead you in circles and make you do all the work. Don't be fooled. When we return to Port Nyanzaru, you will have tales and fortunes enough to last a lifetime. Our price is 5 gold pieces per day with a 30-day payment up front. But we're glad to reduce our rate for equal share of any treasure sold.
What was the rate again?
5 gold pieces per day for 30 days up front.
150.
It's expensive. We didn't have that much gold.
Speak for yourself.
Azella Stormfang is also similar. So Azella Stormfang is, if you need a guide to get you through the jungle alive, look no further. I was born in the jungle. I know its dangers well and how to best avoid them. Should you choose me, you may rest assured that your party is in safe hands. I charge 5 gold coins per day and require a 30-day payment up front. For those adventurers who aid me in personal quest, I will waive my fee and guide them to places no one else has found. This quest will take us to Firefinger, the evil petrifolk that roost atop the Firefinger stole a wooden mask from me, and I want it back.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. This is handout 5. Hugh Hackenstone. Looks like he's a dwarf.
I like the alliteration.
A human female for this one.
So this is looks like a human dwarf here, male. I've stood atop every mountain in Chult. I know every gorge and crevice, every plateau and trail. My memory is an iron trap. I forget nothing. Trust a dwarf, I always say, because a dwarf will never steer you wrong. Fearless I am. There's no dragon, beast, or undead horror that scares me. You want a guide who runs away at the first sign of danger? No. You want a dwarf, and I'm the toughest dwarf around. Red Dragon bit off my arm, yet here I stand.
Whoa.
Takes more than a dragon to stop Hugh Hackenstone. I charge 5 gold coins a day and expect a 30-day payment up front. Best coin you'll ever spend, I promise you.
Seems pretty standardized here.
Yeah.
There must be some kind of union.
Yeah. I mean, I'm...
Hey, wait, we still got more to look at here. There's plenty more options. This guy is named Musharib. He looks like
He's an albino
really
dwarf.
old dwarf with pale white skin and blue markings around his eyes and forehead.
This is actually your first time seeing an albino dwarf.
I've never seen an albino dwarf. I didn't know what this thing was at first looking at it.
Perhaps the artist has made an error in their drawing.
This guy says, "The jungle is my home. I know it well. I can guide you anywhere in Chult for a fee of 5 gold pieces a day. No minimum, though. I think we have a winner, guys. Let's listen to what else he has to say.
No maximum, though.
If adventure is what you seek, join my quest to reclaim Rakamar, my clan's ancestral forge. A volcanic eruption forced us to abandon it many years ago. The fire newts... The fire newts? What's a fire newt? Anybody?
Give me a nature check
Oh,
for
I've got
anybody.
nature.
That have since taken over must be driven out or destroyed.
5.
At the very
Fear
least,
Fed would
17.
be, yeah, would be...
Franklin actually says fire newts are actually from the elemental plane of fire. They're bipedal newt people that it's hard to deal with them because they just radiate so much heat off of their bodies that they're very, unless you have some way to resist fire or deal with like extreme temperatures, that they kind of isolate themselves away from everybody else because
They're magnificent in their heat, but difficult to approach.
Great, that's good to know. Well, he says at the very
But they are
least he
nature's
wants people to
friends.
sneak in and recover a relic known as Morden's Gauntlet, because the fire newts must not be allowed to keep it. If you love dwarven kind, not really. Anyone else here? No. Then hear my plea and join me in returning to Hrakmar to its rightful owners. I will waive my fee for your promise of assistance. So we're looking at 5 gold a day, no minimum number of days, and if we help him deal with this, silly lizard infestation, he'll do it for free.
Lizards on fire, though. I mean, we're not fireproof. He might be.
I am not.
Okay.
Who else we got available?
There's Iku here as well. Human female. The lure of pillaging the antiquity of Chult is a temptation. I appeal to those who find fulfillment in doing actual good in the world. I seek to rid the jungle of evil. There are many ruins and ancient temples that must be reclaimed so their spirits of nature can return to their sacred places
Yes, I like this person.
and live in peace.
This is the person we must choose.
Boring.
No, they must choose this one.
There are evil impostors who seek to blind you with promises of gold, but will only guide your throats to their blades. My rates are standard, 5 gold pieces a day and a 30-day payment up front. A small portion of the pay goes off to the merchant Prince Dobel. The rest I give to charity.
I am suspicious,
What a snooze ball.
but I believe that her commitment to nature makes her a perfect companion, and we must choose her.
I need to do an investigation check.
Hold on there, big guy. I think we've all got to agree on whoever we want to guide us in this venture.
An investigation check.
How would anyone disagree with this, that we may return nature to its right course? Who is to disagree with nature?
Yeah, sorry, Matt.
An investigation check on the board to see if I can find other guides.
Sure.
It's 23. 22, sorry.
Yeah, you actually find, given the type of place this is in, you actually run your hands along the back side of the board and you feel like kind of pinned to the back. You feel one more.
Ooh.
Salida. I've led many exhibitions through the wilds of Schultz. I know secret trails that appear on no map. Hire others at your own peril. Azaka and Iku have led expeditions into the jungle that never returned. Varul and Gondola are charlatans, plain and simple. Old Hugh suffers from mad monkey fever. I'm sure of it. Musharib is an albino dwarf, and they're not to be trusted.
What?
And I hear tell that River Mist and Flask of Wine owe money to the Zentarine. 5 gold pieces a day is a cheap price to pay for your lives. Spend your gold wisely.
Ooh. Can I do a medicine
see
check
this one?
on mad monkey fever to see what I know about it?
Yes.
13.
I was going to say, make it to
Are we just supposed to believe
Oh, a disadvantage?
everything
Okay.
she says about the other potential
So
guides?
13 was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you imagine it comes from the jungle somewhere. You're not sure exactly what it does, but
Even I have not learned of this mad monkey fever. Surely it must be a horrific jungle disease.
Well, there is a lot of information that hasn't escaped the island.
How do we believe this person who says all the other people are lying?
Why was their thing pinned to the back of the board? They're possibly an outcast. But also that means that maybe their information is not known to others. She says she knows about secret paths.
I mean, what are we here for again?
Well, before we choose, perhaps some research is best in mind. We don't really know where to go next.
Yeah, he didn't really give us much of a lead.
Perhaps we should ask these people about this information and then try and corroborate and make our own judgment about who is telling the truth.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Fed.
Yes.
I start immediately going into the tavern and start like trying to make conversation with people and trying to get like insight about about the different guides.
give me an investigation check.
Investigation, okay. 11.
So yeah, it's enough to say. Just talking to the regular people, they can't give you specifics because a lot of them that you talk to are actually native to Port Nianzaru and don't want to go into the jungle.
Right.
But they do say that this is not the only place to look for guides. That there's actually the other good bet is that the Baldur's Gate actually has a fort just a little bit outside of Port Nianzaru, and there are actually guides up there who also have pretty good experience with. But then you have to deal. They do tell you about this thing called a charter of exploration. That if the Flaming Fist authorities find you in the jungle and you don't have your charter of exploration, they will kill you. It's essentially it's a you pay them a license to
Like a
go
permit.
and explore the jungle,
Yeah.
and that's 50 gold pieces for a charter.
Flaming Fist. Do we already have one of those?
That's on top of a guide?
That's on top of a guide yet.
So the
It
one
seems
is
we must make some money in order to continue on this expedition.
But also that there's one specific merchant prince who controls the guide and sellsword market, and that's why the rates are pretty standardized. Like you can negotiate, and there are some guides that kind of work under the table.
Yeah.
But those that work under the table do so outside the regulations of.
Yeah. Okay, well, I conveyed this information to the rest of my party. As like, yeah, I've been speaking to some of the locals over some drinks, and they're saying that there might be some other options for guides, and that there is obviously a merchant guild associated with guides and sell swords, and that's why the prices are they're going to be pretty standard no matter where we go, unless we happen to go outside.
I wonder if they have a review board.
Actually, yeah, they do actually have a review board. That's the Merchant Prince Jobal.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he's mentioned in one of the.
Yeah, he is mentioned in one of them.
Ropes and ladders.
Which gives it back to charity. Yeah. A small portion I pay goes off to the Merchant Prince Jobal. The rest I give to charity.
Mm-hmm. But according to what's her face, the last
she's led exhibitions that never returned.
Have never returned. Yeah.
So where
Who
have they
hasn't?
gone? She seems to have returned to write this notice, unless maybe she wrote this notice and she left and she has never come back since writing the notice. She might be dead. It may be true that all these are dead.
Do we know how to contact these people?
They has contact information.
Oh, they all have. Okay, cool.
Message can't.
Yeah, it's not hard to get in contact with them.
Well, it seems we should at least speak to some of them and try and validate Salida's accusations.
Yeah, or we could try meeting the Merchant Prince. But yeah. Yeah.
Do we want to try and meet the Merchant Prince then? And try and get a discount? Is that what we're doing?
Perhaps we should choose the guide we want and then begin negotiating.
I think that maybe we should figure out where we're going first.
Yes, where are we going?
We don't know.
I don't know about you guys, but I know where I'm going tonight. The finest restaurant in town.
You can't spend all the money before we hired the guides.
Perhaps we should get the money back and pool our resources rather than letting each of us be spendthrift.
Oh, I keep very careful of my gold. Yeah, so what time of day is it right now?
I will say it's about afternoonish. So like the sun is about mid-peak in the sky, so you got tons of time.
Well, I know the first place I like to go when I visit a new city, and that's the library.
Oh, yes. Your house full of sheepskin with its strange markings for your poor memory.
Well, I'm going to learn information for a new memory. See? Books are great!
Perhaps I can speak with some animals who might tell us something.
You two are just rioting.
So yeah, maybe while you guys figure it out with the guides, I'll go try to find some information of where we should go.
All right. Yeah. So give me an investigation check. I'll say it's super easy.
It's only a 9.
Let's put it at a 5. So you go up to the bartender, and the bartender says, "Oh yeah. So if you need books, good news and bad news. Good news is that there's 7 libraries in Port Nianzaru. The bad news is that each merchant prince has their own personal library.
Oh. They don't share the knowledge?
No.
It's very unfortunate.
Some of them like to be tight-secreted about what they have. And, some people have different focuses of study. So they usually let people in for a fee. But you just got to go up and make an appointment and head on in, because it's in their home residences. So,
oh my, that seems. Knowledge is meant to be free,
Not here.
Interesting.
Not here. There's a lot of lives that depend on knowledge being secret, I think.
And how would I get to the Merchant Prince's library?
That's up in the Merchant's Ward. It's called the Golden Throne. It's number 4 on your map.
Okay.
And that's like the public meeting place. And then they'll meet you, and if they feel you're worthy enough to come in. Also, if you're looking for extra guides, the Fort Balurian is just a little bit outside the city. You can sail there in a day. And they've got their own guides, but you gotta deal with the Baldur's Gate people. They're a little uptight, little But, just if you're looking for options, they don't operate within inside the confines of the Merchants Guild.
Thank you very much for the information. I'm going to try to go to the library of the Merchant Prince.
All right, so there's 7 of them. You have to first make an appointment.
Okay.
So that's up in this place called the Golden Throne.
Right.
Does anyone else want to do anything else as well?
Yeah, I want to get introduced to high society.
Okay, so your roguey friend is going to join you up.
Now, don't cause a scene or anything, and don't steal any of the books.
There's
will
the
come.
thought. What would I want with books? They're not worth money.
I will come to make sure he does not steal anything.
Thank you, Fenquin.
I am watching you.
You have got me pegged all wrong, my friend.
You are right. I have you pegged. You are wrong. I do not have you pegged all wrong.
Delightful.
Mercy, is there anything you'd like to do?
You know what? At the moment, I'm gonna not to be left out. I'm just gonna tag along.
Okay. As you begin to walk over to the other side of the city, you hear the sounds of merchants and vendors barking off. You can see the flags and posters coming up for the dinosaur races. As it looks like you can see the streets and that are being marked off as the race areas, and it kind of looks like it's doing this figure 8 throughout the city. As you make your way uphill to the Golden Throne, which is this big kind of open palisade square with a big golden dome on top of it, and immediately you can see the lineup of people outside in this mid-afternoon day of people waiting to get a meeting with one of the merchant princes. It seems to be a standard long line to get into the Golden Throne, and then it divvies off into 7 different lines to meet with people.
So I get in the line for Jobal.
Well, you first get into the line of the first one.
Okay.
And that you stand up there and it goes along at a snail's pace. It's taking about 2 to 3 hours.
This was less exciting than I thought it would be.
Well, you don't have to wait with me.
The sun's being...
Durand is scanning the crowd, looking for anyone who's dressed ostentatiously, somebody he can bump into and perhaps lift a necklace off of.
You notice that the lineup is not dressed the best. You also... Actually, give me a perception check.
6.
6? Yeah, it seems to be that the less wealthy of the people are lined up outside, and as you look inside, you can see people in elegant robes and colors are more on the inside of the Golden Throne. As it seems the richer people are on the inside and the poorer people are on the outside.
See, we want to be in there.
Yeah, I know.
Not out here.
The sun kind of beats down on you.
It's hot.
You begin to feel that sweat. This place does not catch the breeze as well from the ocean side.
Oh, it's tough wearing plate mail in this heat.
Yeah, it is. You feel like, ugh. You kind of get those salty sweats on the side of your neck.
Oh, no.
As you finally get to the front of the line after spending about 3.5 hours just slowly marching your way through. And you see someone with a clipboard, very colorful kind of headdress and a yellow feather just sticking out the side. And he looks and he's like, and you will be requesting to speak with whom?
Oh, Jobal.
Jobal, very well. Please head down to Aisleway 4, and you should have your appointment in about another 3 hours.
Okay.
You get let down, and you actually come into a kind of a waiting area with very low type of couches and satin pillows. As you just kind of flump down as what's your name? Your rogue's name here? Durand. This is actually quite lavish for what it is. You actually notice that there's biscuits on a table for you, and these water and crystal decanters with lime and lemon.
Oh, I swipe up a couple of biscuits and immediately pour myself a glass.
Yep. As you notice that people go walking by, they seem to be talking about various adventures and expeditions they're planning down into the jungle and various business travels they have going on. But you seem to be just kind of waiting there for a while as the sun begins to get a little bit lower, and it seems like this is not exactly an efficient way to deal with business, but you do see, 1 second, and bring up Jobal. Where is he? Here he is. This man with ebony skin, kind of a full head of hair and a beard that goes all the way down around, just little bits of white whiskers just kind of starting through. As he comes with these long black and gold robes, he comes out and he says, greetings. So this is my appointment, my next appointment for the day. He comes down, has a seat with you, pours himself some water, and says, and how may I help you today?
My name is Ilthur Marsk, and I'm here to stop the death curse.
Oh, that's very bold. Thank you very much for coming to Port Nianzaru to try and do this. It is a hefty task to accomplish, but I applaud your courage.
You wouldn't happen to be offering some kind of reward for anyone who could do that, could you?
Well, I think preventing the slow decay of death for everybody would be its own reward.
Obviously, reward in itself. But since that would be such a boon to the local economy, there has to be some kind of monetary incentive to people crazy enough to try to do that.
There are, but that's not really we all kind of try and stay in our own lane here. The merchant
so
princes.
we should be talking to a more important merchant prince? Is that what you're saying?
We all have equal value. I deal in guides and sell swords, so if you wish to go into the jungle, I'd probably be your best bet.
I see.
I was wondering if you have any kind of review of the various guides that we could hire.
Yes, we. Yes.
Like, do they have a ranking system? Like, who's the best?
Well,
it's Musharib, isn't it? It's got to be. I mean, look at that guy.
Well, he's definitely the toughest. He's definitely the toughest.
See.
He is. He's had his experiences with dragons. He's. As fair warning, he is an adept guide, but he unfortunately is missing an arm. Just as full disclosure.
I thought it was Hugh.
Sorry, Musharib. Sorry, sorry. Dwarf racism coming out.
Not a good look.
One of them's even albino.
I gotta say, you're mixing up two dwarves. One of them's an albino. I mean, come on.
They don't even look the same.
Which guide are we speaking of right now?
Musharib. Sorry.
Musharib.
Yeah, he's very true to his people. He is surly, but he is tough. He knows the mountains very well. He knows the caverns of them very well. Has it in for fire newts, and is kind of driven by that. But if you need someone to guide you,
Yeah, most of his posting, honestly, was just about fire newts.
Yeah,
less about what he could do for us.
Yeah, but he is adept in mountainous caverns. That is.
We have heard that albino dwarfs are not to be trusted. Is there anything to this?
Well, that's a subjective racial thing. I don't like to get into it. He's good. Like he's pretty upfront. Like, finding a dwarf that lies to you is not an easy thing to find.
How many parties has he led in the jungle, and how many have come back?
Oh, I don't know that information.
They must have some kind of ratio. I mean, you'd think that would be the primary way that you would rank these guides, right? And
there is, but I do not have those numbers in front of me right now. I can say he does come back out of the jungle with his groups.
See, that's a vote of confidence.
How about Iku?
Iku is...
Yes, I like her. She is good.
Kind of stick in the mud to me.
She needs to return things to their natural place, and this is my life's work, so we must choose her.
She is a bit older.
See, decrepit, falling apart.
Well, I wouldn't. Old age also brings experience
and wisdom.
She is
osteoporosis.
She does have a bit of a religious driving behind her, but she's a fairly adept guide. She has also come back out of the jungle.
Well, I mean, you can. No offense, Prince, but we can assume all of these guys have come back out of the jungle if they're still working.
Well,
We're wondering about the people who went with them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all I know is that they came back and got paid, so that's as far as I can say.
In what order?
I don't have those numbers.
Who has the best percentage?
Percentage-wise?
Like the most successful. The one who's got the least blood on their hands.
I'd probably have to say Azaka was really good. Hewitt Hackenstone is very good. You're kind of getting what you pay for, but it depends where you're going and what you want to do. I mean, like Musharib and Hugh are mainly, like, they can help you deal with the caves. Eco could probably help you deal with the swamps and jungles a bit better.
Geographic specialties. Now we're talking.
Yeah, like, it depends where you want to go, what you want to do. Like, you have a luxury of choices, an embarrassment of riches to choose from.
And have you ever dealt with Salida?
You see his brow furrow almost immediately. He says, I did not realize Salida was operating inside Port Nianzaru still.
Oh. I just heard that name on the boat.
Well, Salada is not registered with the Merchant Princes. She operates outside of us. And I may take this time to remind everyone the penalties for associating yourselves with the business of a non-sanctioned guide in Port Nyanzaru are quite severe and quite swift.
You need not worry about Elethra. She is a rule follower.
Then I can trust you will not do business with Salada, and I will definitely send out some investigators to see if she's still within the confines of the city.
Perhaps you could tell us about her more so we might help you find her.
I would not give her the benefit of espousing her skills or her abilities. She's not registered with us and therefore is working against us.
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, I didn't see a posting or anything. It was just the name of her on the boat.
Give me a deception check.
Nope.
Natty 20.
Yeah, it's a 1 I rolled, which makes it a 1. It's 1.
You see Joe Ball say, well, if you know about her, that means she's spreading her message around. And legally, you have covered your bases, but we will still send out some investigators to see what Salada is up to these days.
Yes,
You might want to check at the Thundering Lizard, just a hint.
That's a place I'd expect Salada to stay.
Okay, so don't sign up with Salada, guys.
So you also don't the people in Waterdeep who also run guides. You don't really.
People in Waterdeep.
No, the Baldur's Gate
Baldur's-
fort outside
Oh,
of town.
Fort Balurian, yes. They do have their own guides. They do operate outside, but they operate outside the city limits, so they are outside our jurisdiction.
Oh, I see.
They are not as skilled or as trained
So
or
of
as
course not, of course
experienced.
It is only if we find a guide within the city that we are bound to use a registered guide.
Yes. Also, fair warning that
Don't all the guides take you out of the city? I mean, isn't the whole point to take you into the jungle?
yes, but we also would carry to caution you against the charters of exploration that Fort Balurian has. They're very strict about their who they send out, and if they encounter you in the jungle without a guide, we will not do this. But the Balurians or the Baldergadians will definitely be violent towards people who do not have their charter on them. There have been many stories of people who've bought charters and lost them and still be attacked and killed by the
Yikes.
by the forces there. They're very strict about who controls going in and out of that fort.
I have one last favor. Can I see your library?
He says, well, you were honest about Salada, so yes, I would say come by tonight at 10 o'clock and I will allow you to peruse the library.
Oh, thank you so much.
Your friends are more than welcome to come in as well.
I'm not to have any need for a library.
I'm not sure that's the best idea.
You
They don't really book people.
Yeah, Alpha would just close notes.
It's
for me.
true, I find books to be
That's not my name, but okay.
Alpha.
He says, well, your friend seems to be of the nature-loving kind. We do have some exotic plants and gardens that you may be interested in.
This interests me greatly.
Considering if you are going into the jungle, you may want to know about the more carnivorous plants.
Yes, please. I would greatly enjoy the ability to commune with these plants.
Very, very well then. Then come by at 10 o'clock and I shall...
This is a library I can get behind.
I agree.
Even if it is a sort of jail for plants. Perhaps my knowledge of them will let me help them free others.
I like that.
You see Joe Ball say, just be careful when you deal with those plants. They help keep intruders out.
I understand. Will you provide good guidance on how to interact safely with them?
The best way to interact safely is to not interact with them at all.
I understand.
Very well. I will see you at 10 o'clock tonight. You see him raise up, and he's like, he looks towards on his clipboard, and says, or someone comes by and says, he guides him to his next meeting as you are left to your own devices inside the Golden Throne.
Well, I hope that was worth the while.
I'm sure it will be. I imagine the library is going to be very good.
Great. So I'm going to head off to find the best restaurant in town. I will see you guys back at the inn.
Don't you want to learn something about where we're going to go?
Not even a little. You just tell me in the morning and we'll head there.
Your loss.
Enjoy your dinner.
All right.
See ya.
His ignorance will make him easier to control.
All right, I will call a quick break there. So we can get some water, get some bathroom breaks, and get ready for the next bit. And the most important part of any D&D adventure is, of course, research in a library or asking around at taverns. We hope you've been enjoying the show so far. As always, we are the Diecast Podcast. You can find us on any podcast playing app, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, anything like that. You can also send us a tweet at Diecast Podcast on Twitter, or you can find us on our website, www.flyingzerstudio.com. And leave us a rating or review. That'll help us out in the rankings for the different podcasts. Also, share us with your friends if you know they enjoy a good D&D adventure or a weird D&D adventure, which this is turning out to be. So it's interesting to see the comparison between the two groups, and already you can see kind of where they're going with the guide selection and whatnot. So this is part of what I thought was going to be great and what I thought was going to be neat. And the choices they make and the interactions they have do start to very subtly, you can see it already, just kind of indirectly start to affect each other. So that is, it just hits all the right buttons inside me to see how everything's just kind of lightly crossing over. But we hope you're enjoying the show so far. We hope you're enjoying the podcast, and we hope you're ready to buckle in for a wild adventure that's going to turn out to be. Remember, you can send us a message via Twitter. You can send us an email, or just use the hashtag Diecast Podcast. Just let us know how is it going. Are you playing Tomb of Annihilation yourself? What guides have you chosen? What part of the peninsula have you gone to? Let us know. Let's make this adventure a shared one, because there's a lot of people trying to solve this death curse, and by reading around, by listening to other podcasts, listening to other people do their adventure, it is a difficult thing to achieve. So let's all join together and see what happens in the jungles of Chult. As always, don't forget to share us with your friends. Don't forget to send us a message, and we will jump right back into it, because I believe there is some dinosaur racing to be had. We will see you next week. I'll let you know beforehand if it's Group A or B. Keep it a bit of a mystery for now, but we'll see you next week. We hope you enjoy the finale or the conclusion of this episode, and that is it. On to the dinosaur racing. All right, we are back from a quick mini break. You've met with Joe Ball, the head of the guides and
That's like his
sensors.
first name, right? Like
Yeah,
his
it's
name's not
Joe
Joe Ball.
No, it's just
No,
Joe Ball.
Joe Ball.
Joe Ball.
Yeah.
Joe Ball.
Jobal.
Hey, Joe.
So you guys can wait the couple of hours for 10 p.m. to make it to the library, or you can dilly-dally about. You can see the different parts of the city that are getting set up for the dinosaur races.
I'm going to take a stroll basically all around the main market ward.
Okay.
I just want to get a lay of the land, see what kind of things are around, what kind of shops, what kind of places.
Sure.
If I spot a store that sells instruments, musical instruments, I may be interested.
Give me a perception check right away.
Okay. 6. I'm
6.
not rolling well today.
Yeah. You notice that a lot of the towns have, a lot of the markets and stores have a lot of customers in them. The city is kind of packed to the brim right now. As you wander around 22 and 23, 22 you actually notice is a public bathhouse.
Oh.
So this is a very Roman style where you go in and can get massaged. You can take a relaxing bath, and it seems to be like an open public one. And it's like
cool.
Pay what you feel, like pay something, but pay what's in your means to pay. They've also got different independent massages. Can give you or you can hire a masseuse at their own rate. And you also see something called the Dye Works, which is a place where you see a lot of the textiles and fabrics getting. That's 23 is where most of you get your bright colors from. You can see shipments of packaged up, like bright, brilliant yellows and blues and purples being shipped out, and you can see different, kind of like a Diwali festival, like different sacks of red powder, blue powder, black powder, yellow powder, white powder. You can just already smell like the chemical processes and the baths that are happening in that place. Let's see what else you see around that part. You're taking the tour. Oh-ho! 21 is the Hall of Gold.
Ooh, I like the sounds of that.
This is a magnificent structure. It's a temple to Joaquin, but residents call it the Hall of Gold for its shining golden roof and for Joaquin's focus on trade and wealth. Mount Sibasa is the highest point in the city, and when the sun is shining, the light glinting up the temple roof can be seen for miles out to sea. Some city residents swear that the roof is sheathed in pure burnished gold, but it's only paint. A wide stone bridge connects Mount Sibasa to the Grand Coliseum of Yakwazi Hill.
It's on a mountain?
It's the whole city is like kind of like on a mountain facing down, like it slides down towards
the bay.
Yeah.
Okay,
because that's why you see on the cobblestone streets they have rain gutters, and they kind of just like flood all the water down to
the ocean,
so you don't see anyone getting washed down the streets. What else?
So this mountain like slopes away to the north. You're saying?
Yeah. Yes, correct. Okay. They've also got the Grand Coliseum. You can see gladiatorial combat.
Ooh, is that 20?
That is 20. Correct. Did I say that right? Yes, that's over there. Then there's the Fish Market at 19, and the Red Bazaar is at 18. This is actually, the Red Bazaar 18 is where the Thundering Lizard is.
Yeah, that's where we went for the bar.
Bazaar.
Yeah.
We definitely have to post this map. I already did on Twitter. In case you want to take a look, just check out my account at Jan Fraser. But yeah, it's a beautiful map, and it looks like a very busy place.
Yeah. And the Red Bazaar is mostly it's fruits and vegetables and meats and trade animals and whatnot. And it also seems, even as the sun starts getting towards the western part of the city, it still seems pretty busy. That it looks like the operating hours of this place go well into the night. That is what you see in the market ward.
But I didn't see any place like selling like musical instruments.
Give me an investigation check.
Cool. Got a 9.
It maybe if you come back when it's less busy, but it just seems that everyone seems to be especially in the Red Market or the Red Bazaar. It seems that it's mostly like a perishable goods type of.
All right. In that case, I'm going to. I want to make a stealth check to glide through like the busiest, most packed part of the crowds, just making my way through, like wherever people are like body to body, and it's not unusual for passerby to be like actually like pressing up against each other as they squeeze by. So I'm going to make a stealth check first.
Give me a perception check first.
Okay. 18 plus 2 is 20.
You notice that most of the people in this area are kind of like middle class-ish type of thing, and that the guards seem to be blended into the crowd pretty. They don't wear like distinct like I'm a guard. Here's my plate. It seems to be very loose, flowing armor identification of what guards look like.
Okay. So yeah, obviously I'm going to attempt to pickpocket a few people.
All right.
So should I make a stealth check first, or just sleight of hand?
Yes, make a stealth check first.
Okay. 8.
All right. Yeah, you try and blend your way in. You're actually kind of bumping into more people than you expect, dude.
Ooh.
You're not used to doing crowds this big and this packed in, but yeah, you seem to be sliding on by.
Sleight of hand. I'm going to try to lift a couple of purses.
All right.
11 plus 6 is 17.
All right. This is what Lindsay did last time too. You land yourself. You manage to scoop into someone's pocket and pull out 6 silver.
Right.
Unbeknownst to any of the guards or merchants around.
Just getting my feet wet. You know, nothing. I wasn't expecting a huge haul. But yeah, I just take note of like kind of where all the major stuff is, the players, who seems to be the most popular. I look around. I try to take note of any like particularly nice restaurants.
Probably not here. You may want to head back up to the merchants ward in the.
This is the lower class portion.
Middle class.
All right. Good enough. Good to
like
know.
you imagine that's something around where the merchant princes live. That's probably where the nicer restaurants are going to be.
And I'm also keeping a particular eye out, like if there's any other, like if there's any card sharps or like anyone set up with like tables or like selling things along the side of the road.
Give me another perception check.
Yeah. 16.
16. You see nothing. You are an island of debauchery all into yourself.
Okay, so that just kind of indicates to me that it's probably not as tolerated here. So, okay, maybe I won't go setting up my dice table.
Yeah, there are specific, as you look down on the ground, you can actually see colored stones marking the different areas for each vendors. And it seems pretty tight along each of the street or each of the areas in the Red Bazaar. But you notice that there's no back alleys that you like. There ought to be something shady going on. And you look down, empty. Empty.
All right, I'm actually going to approach a guard, someone I can identify as like.
Yep.
They look like the Fire Fist or whatever
He's
they're
got
called. Flaming Fist.
a short spear like slung to his back with like a kind of a bayek type of like shield, like small shield on his back as well.
Excuse me, my gentle sir.
He's like, yes, you are welcome to. You clearly look new here.
I am very new here. It's the first day on the island, and boy, am I overwhelmed.
It's a peninsula. It used to be an island. It's a peninsula now.
Oh, see, learning new things already. I'm hoping you can help me out. I don't want to get in trouble with you or any of your fellows, so I'm kind of hoping to get a bit of guidance on the shadier areas of things and what's allowed, what's not. Like what's permissible. You know, what are you willing to turn a blind eye to, and what is absolutely a no-no area to go into?
Well, don't mess with the economy. Don't steal. That's the biggest one.
Define stealing. I mean,
taking things that aren't yours.
Okay,
What if I really
fair enough. What about the gambling scene around here? Is that something that's frowned upon, or are there special places to go for that?
You can do some gambling inside the inns, as you see. Give me a persuasion check, actually.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you seem kind of like give the left to the right look. He's like, if you really feel the urge to gamble outside the city restrictions, Old City or Malar's Throat, that's where you find all your. They keep, as long as you stay off the main streets inside the city, they don't care. If you're outside the wall, they don't care. Just don't be stupid about it.
Right. Okay.
And you didn't hear that from me.
Absolutely not. Wouldn't dream of passing it on. Don't know your name anyway. Now, and this is admittedly a sensitive question, but I want to make sure that I've got the right answer so I know how to navigate my way around here. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just looking for information. What's the general policy on bribery? Like, is there a system or someone you have to go to, or is this a town where that's just not allowed?
Are you offering me a bribe?
Absolutely not, sir, and I wouldn't even if you asked me for one. That's not what I do. I just want to know where the lines are so I can stay inside of them.
Give me another persuasion check.
That's deception.
No, it's deception.
I'm not going to stay within the lines.
Yeah.
I just don't want to know what they are. 11.
11? He said, I'm honestly not good. I don't feel comfortable answering that question to you right now.
See, and that's answer enough. The fact that you're uncomfortable enough tells me that you are, in general, straight shooters around here. Am I wrong?
Let's just say we should end the conversation now before I have to bring you in. I helped you out where you needed to go.
Durand winks. Like, flashes his best, like, his flashiest grin.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean, sir.
Just keep it outside the main city wall, please.
And you keep doing a fine job.
I will. Carry on, man.
Good day.
Yeah, he ushers you.
I slink back into the crowd.
Yeah. All right. People at the library, or heading to the library. So you guys are in the Merchant's Ward, and you get brought into the Merchant's Prince Villas area. We see 7 amazing villa buildings, multi-story. They've kind of like mini palaces all scrunched together. And you can see the security right away. Actually, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, geez. 6.
6, nope.
Perception 14.
14.
2.
2, yeah. You can see that the guards are much more attentive, much better armed. And you can see that various villas have different colors to their own personal style. Some have this silvery kind of razor wire along the top of the walls. Some actually have shark teeth and dinosaur teeth along the top of the walls. Various others have like colorful drapings hanging over the side. As you come up to Jobal's, let me get his description of his merchant villa. Because he has very specific things to do. I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. Perfect. So for Jobal, you notice that he has heads of various beasts and dinosaurs mounted outside his wall. So like velociraptor heads, triceratops heads, one giant T-Rex skull above the main gate. And you notice that a lot of the defenses on the top of his are giant T-Rex teeth. And you actually see like vines and plants intertwined around them as you show up to the guardian and says, yes, I believe you're here for an appointment, I assume?
Yes, Elter Marska, I believe Jabal would have written ahead.
Oh, yes, you have a library appointment with 4 people, it looks like?
Yeah, one of our party decided to take in the sights.
It's like, very well, very well. They will not be allowed to join you once you're inside, but we will now escort you to...
I am also not going to the library. I was promised an opportunity to view strange plants.
He checks his notes like, okay, very well.
That was me.
I will escort you to the Villa Garden then.
Thank you.
As you come into this, you notice that it's got this bright art ceiling, and very, very unusual to what you've been feeling before, the hot cobblestones, and these are very cool marble palettes or slates underneath your feet. It feels cool and relaxing as you walk through, as it feels like these palaces are designed to collect wind and just keep coolness inside, just to keep everyone outside the heat. Immediately you can feel the sweat stop and kind of like chill on your skin a little bit.
This is the most comfortable I've been all day.
He comes up to these lovely, it's actually like a yellow wood type of massive door that's about like 15 feet high and about 10 feet wide. These beautiful golden brass ornaments on the side of the door. As he opens it up, you don't actually hear a click of the tumblers on the knob, but just perfectly balanced doors, and just immediately out the books. The smell of leather and papyrus and paper and ink just hits you right in the face. And these are like 20 feet floor to ceiling, just bookshelves stacked with books. The sliding ladders that go around. It's very Beauty and the Beast library type of stuff. It's like, very well. I believe you have 5 hours to observe. There are other people in here doing their research as well. We can bring refreshments for you as long as you eat them in the refreshment area. And just let us know if you have any questions or concerns about the palace or about the villa.
Elthra has been looking tense all day, and this is the first time you see her like relax. Her like part of her shoulders just like drop, and it feels like a home and a comfortable environment for her, having not really traveled anywhere else before this.
Yeah, Fenquin, you are led down the hallway, and much like
enjoy your books.
Much like Althea smelling
slices of dead trees.
Yes.
Much like Althea smelling that essence of leather and bound paper, you smell the garden before you even see it. And as you come in, it's this
fresh earth.
Big open patio with a fountain in the middle, and along the sides of each wall, and kind of like its own like 5-foot garden trench, you can see all these various plants and vines just kind of moving independently of their own. And when you say, "Oh, the plants are used for security," the plants are used for security. Give me a perception check.
Not nature?
No, it's a perception.
8.
8. Yeah, you see a bird flying through the garden, and all of a sudden it's just like a poof of feathers, and it disappears.
The cycle of life continues.
How do you feel about gardens? Are they like...
It's a strange prison for
Is
the
that
plants.
respectful, or is it like an affront to nature to be boxed and guided like this?
I mean, it's not as much an affront as the library.
The walled garden.
These plants at least are given a chance to live and the nourishment they need, even if they are kept in this bizarre jail. Okay.
Better to be alive than be free.
Better to be alive and free. Better to be alive than dead. Better to be free than not free.
It's not a bad setup for a plant. You get fed often.
It's true.
It's like domesticating, wolves into dogs.
Okay, so what happens now?
Yeah, so I guess I will do as much research about the island.
I'm going to read the shit out of these books.
So the way this is going to work, you're going to come up with a couple of questions that you want to ask, and then it'll be an investigation check.
Okay.
And depending how well you do, you'll succeed and take a couple of hours to search.
Okay.
Other than that, it's essentially questions about the island.
Yeah, I want to learn about, I guess, its history, like famous, like events or, like places of great importance.
Right.
And I'm trying to learn about like there's big events in the island, and also anything that would be related to like Lich Kings and why there's so many undead on this island.
Okay, so we'll do brief history of Chult. So I'll say you get five attempts at asking questions, and you can, if you fail on one, you can kind of try and spend longer on it. So the first one's history of Chult.
Yeah, investigation.
Yes, investigation check.
Sweet. 18.
18. Yeah. So the big thing about Chult is how isolated it was after the spell plague, and that there used to be a huge religion for this god named Ubtao, which is Ubtao, and this is the god of dinosaurs, of mazes.
God of dinosaurs.
Essentially,
mazes? That's an odd
and
concept mix.
is frequently worshipped by minotaurs as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I get that.
And that you may notice, you start to see a lot of subtle designs you've seen in Port Nianzaru of kind of like these maze-like bandings around certain structures indicating how old they are. Mm-hmm. Essentially, if something has like a maze-like look to it or a maze-like identity to it, it's probably older than like 300 years.
Right.
And that Uteo was worshipped by everybody until they don't know exactly when, but he just decided to leave and just did not keep in contact with followers, not answer prayers. And that led to kind of this power vacuum for other deities to come swooping in. And then the spell plague happened, and everything kind of got jumbled up after that. The only thing they know for sure is that Ubtao has not come back yet. But, there are still ruins of mazes throughout the jungle. The dinosaurs still walk the earth. There's still signs of him around, but Ubtao itself has never come back to Chult. Or as far as the legends and lore say.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, and that the capital that Ubtao had is not actually Port Nianzaru. It is a old ancient city somewhere in the jungle.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That seems like a neat place to start. And I guess my next question will be like the events of the spell plague.
Okay, you don't need to
okay, like any like deep lore they would have about that, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me the spell plague.
It's 25.
Nice.
Nice. So you find that the obvious stories about how the spell plague made Chult an island for a while, and the effects kind of receded, and the waters receded as well, and became more of a peninsula. You also know that the spell plague resulted in the disappearance of one of the major cities inside the jungle known as Mesro. A lot of theories think it was just outright destroyed and wiped off the planet by the spell plague because no one's been able to find the ruins for it. It's essentially, you can find ruins of old temples and shrines and buildings inside the jungle. Mm-hmm. And for something as big and as majestic that Mesro was, there's absolutely no sign of it anymore. And that whatever space it occupied has now been grown over by jungle, and no one really knows the original location of the city anymore.
Mm. That people forgot what it was?
Not forgot, it's just there's no evidence of it anymore.
Okay. Oh, wow. Interesting.
Like only through history.
I'm going to search about the history of the undead on the island.
Okay.
That's also 25.
Whoa! Rigged dice. I thought I was the one with weighted dice.
Who's the
It's the
nerd
wrong
now?
weight.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so what you know about the undead is that over a century ago, and this is from a few different sources, various like love stories about dealing with this war and conflict, is that a warlord by the name of Ras Nisi raised an undead army to conquer the city of Mesro. The army consisted mainly of dead Chultans, raised as zombies, and cannibals transformed into ghouls. Ras Nisi and his legion were defeated and driven back into the jungle. And that's essentially the main history behind it's this warlord that came to power that had the ability to raise massive amounts of undead. And then after his defeat outside the city of Mesro, that they estimated around 500,000 undead troops of various types and degrees and abilities, and they have now just spread into the jungle.
Okay, so that was like the...
So his army wasn't defeated, he just lost control of it, and they wandered away.
He was defeated and has not been heard from since.
Right. And now they just mill around in the jungle.
Yeah. You actually find references to jokes and funny anecdotes that when talking about the natural population of Chult, that people include the undead because there's so many of them that they probably outnumber like various other smaller races.
No, it's like New Zealand. For every person, there's like 3 sheep.
Yeah.
So,
And every time a person dies, the undead population grows.
Yeah.
oh, people are automatically resurrected here as undead.
No, but like
Okay.
the
So that's how it
zombie
was before this. You know,
Alright.
the zombie, the curse happened, and that cycle's been going on for obviously
At least 100
decades. Yeah, at least 100 years. So.
Can I learn more about like the layers of Rasnisi?
Disadvantage with this one.
Disadvantage. Okay. That's still 19.
Oh, I know my book learning.
I'm just picturing in my mind's eye Elthra like dramatically lit at like cool camera angles, flipping furiously
Yeah.
through books, cross-referencing
Yeah.
things.
Several like
Dramatic
wardrobe
music is
changes.
Yeah.
Just like
This is
montage,
definitely down.
A learning
studying,
montage.
learning montage.
You actually do find reference for a ruin or a city or a temple. You're not quite sure on the location, but you do know its name. It's called Hisari. Hisari.
Oh, sorry. Say that again. I'm bad at that.
So Hisari. Hisari. And this seems to be where he was gathering his forces originally to start creating undead and churning out an army to make a move on Mesro. And what you do know is that it is a city that stands in the jungle at the foot of the crown, a fuming volcano that marks the western end of the Sky Lizard Mountains.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to write that down.
I'll say it again for you.
Okay, sorry.
So it's a ruined city
Mhm.
that stands in the jungle at the foot of the crown, capital crown, a fuming volcano that marks the western end of the Sky Lizard Mountains.
What was the western edge of the Sky Lizard Mountain? Sorry.
Yes. I believe that is on. That seems to be any kind of city reference you find for him. That seems to be like where he started gathering his forces.
Oh, interesting. This is sweet.
That was 4.
Yeah, that was number 4.
So you get one more.
Okay. Know about the undead.
Know about Raz.
That's Nisi.
The thing is, you need to know
Rasnisi.
what you don't know to know what you need to know.
Yeah,
so
I
you
know.
about what you don't know. And not what you
Raz
don't know.
Nisi is spelled RAS space NSI.
Oh, okay.
Where could the death curse possibly be right now?
Well, that's
Likely places in the jungle where a death curse would be.
It's kind of the academic field.
I guess I'm gonna
she's
try to
pioneering right
I'm
now.
gonna try to learn everything I can about Rasnisi before references to him as a lich, like his regular life.
Yes.
Before? Okay.
Yes. But maybe with disadvantage.
Again, that's fair. It's 15.
15, 1 second.
Hot dice.
Yeah, so I rolled a 10 and a 13 there.
I've only rolled 2 things like over 10.
Yeah, no, I rolled back-to-back 20s at one point. This character is just hot.
It's been pretty great. It worked for your character because it kind of makes sense why you have debt.
Like I try, all right.
You try.
I've got expensive tastes.
You actually find in a book about the history of Ubteo, you actually find a footnote, just something written in the side margins that seems to go all the way around the
They're
page,
Tomb Raider-esque.
the page of the
neat.
book. You learn that the word Ras is a noble title akin to Duke,
Duke Nisi.
and that Rasnisi was once a Chultan paladin chosen of Ubteo.
Oh my god, interesting.
I'm not writing any of this down because I'm not there.
Yeah.
So
You also think he was the sworn protector of Mesro,
Interesting.
and that's all you get.
Yeah, that's pretty good though.
I have this like vision in my head. I was like, I'm there, but like, kind of leafing through stuff, and like he, and she pipes up every now and again. It's like, oh, this is interesting, and I'm just there, like, yeah, okay.
He was a fallen paladin.
That's really cool.
You're a paladin.
I know. Yeah, I'm going through this right now.
He's actually leafing through a book on leaves. Oh, green, more green. Ooh, dark green. Emerald green, nice. Speaking of leaves,
What's the Furbolg doing?
Yeah, so I'm down in the with the plants.
Yep.
Plants, yeah.
Give
Gotta
me
avoid some security plants.
a nature check.
Nature check. Okay, nature check. 11.
Yes. So you can find yourself. You see various types. The plants here look very hostile. It's very few times in your life you've walked into a place like, oh, these plants see me as a food source, and it's only.
I respect their courage.
Carnivorous plants.
You kind of get this feeling that it's a long game that either we eat you now or you decompose in the soil and we'll eat you then, type of thing.
It's true. We all return eventually to nature, by one way or another.
You see something that's called a tri-flower frond by the little nameplate at the bottom of it. And it seems to be a
Does
big...
it have 3 flowers?
It does have 3 flowers. It seems to be a big, thick stalk and a red bloom, a green bloom, and a yellow bloom kind of like puff out. Red, yellow, and orange bloom puff out from the center of it.
Okay.
Do you wish to get closer to it?
Well, I should keep my distance somewhat, right?
Okay.
But like, can I look at it and see if it has ways of attacking me?
How far away do you want to be from it?
Oh, how far away am I right now?
We'll say your middle ground is about 20 feet away. You can just like identify it. And...
I will go within 10 feet of it and see what I can see from there.
You fool.
Give me.
So within arm's reach for you, right?
Not quite.
No. I'm normal size for that kind of stuff. Okay.
His wingspan isn't 5 feet.
Ooh, that was good. 23.
23? Yeah, you can see it looks like a lot of the fronds are kind of like puffed and bulged out, and it looks like they may spray something into the air if you get too close. Also, give me a wisdom save.
Okay, I'm good at these. 20.
Yeah, you feel kind of like this very sweet and seductive smell. It's kind of drawing you off to the side. You can actually see this one big, giant green leaf that kind of has like this like slick appearance to it, and it smells like honey and sugar and freshly baked bread. As you just kind of like want to feel yourself. You can feel yourself leaning that way, but you kind of hold yourself back and go like, maybe not.
It is a beautiful plant. Beautiful killer plant.
Yep. So
I will keep my distance.
You've encountered a man trap.
Man trap.
And a tri-flower frond.
Interesting.
You're far away enough from
the characteristic smell is sweet.
Yeah.
I should warn the others.
And you do notice that the man trap, actually, you can see about a long vine about 10 to 15 feet, just kind of like slowly snaking through the grass, trying to distract you with the smell as it kind of like reaches its limit and then just kind of like recedes back, realizing you're not close enough to...
Ah, clever plant. Our forests are tame in comparison.
And that is what you can garner off of.
Okay, so I have a man trap which has like a tendril and sweet smells.
Mm-hmm. And the tri-flower fronds look like it sprays something at you.
Yeah, okay, and that's for 3 flowers. Sprays poison. I assume it's poison.
You can get closer and find out if you want.
Well, I don't have it prepared. I could do detect poison. Oh well. Okay, so that's interesting. So I will just watch the plants try and eat me from just far outside of the reach.
All right. So you guys spend a good 5 hours just going through the library. Aletha, you have your information. Mercy, is there anything you want to look up?
You know what? Yeah, just I would again just kind of maybe leaf through like the customs and stuff over the years of this area, and just see kind of absorb that.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Yeah, all right. Oh no, that is only a 3.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you're kind of overwhelmed by the amount of selection you have.
I'm finding a lot of stuff too.
That you just can't, you can't really nail down. It's like, oh, this seems kind of good, but not exactly what I want. Go to the next one, like, this is sort of skinny on the edge of what I need, but not exactly what I want. And you just kind of like spend the rest of your time as
Actually, I periodically like get up to bug Aelthra to see like, hey, which book should I be reading? Which one would you say?
Does this one look good?
This one look good.
All books look good.
No, but I'm not going to read both. I need you to tell me which one to read. Which one? Like this one seems to have this, and this, but this one the content is longer.
I always like the bigger book.
I'm not going to take a little bigger book.
All right,
This one has pictures.
Durand, what are you up to in this research time?
I'm just trying to find places to run a con. I'm looking for any particular marks. One of the things I guess I'd be on the lookout for would be like anything trendy and fragile that people seem to be like carrying around or wearing on them.
Give me a choice of what you want to go to: Old City, Molar's Throat, or Tiriki Anchorage.
Well, I've already checked out kind of the market ward, so I want to see more where the money is. So I want to head up to the merchant's ward.
Yeah. The housing is much nicer. The security is a lot more present. They're not as subtle as in like the market bazaar. Give me a perception check.
All right. 13.
13? Yeah, the guards seem to be very deliberate at every street corner, and that there is a present here that if you try and mess with something, you will feel the consequences of it.
Okay. What about in terms of like shops and restaurants? Like what kind of things are available?
Merchant's Ward. I'm going to bring you over. Thank you for doing... So, there's a lot of religious iconography in here as well. As the sun begins to go down, you notice the merchants are slowly starting to wind things down. So you've been to Golden Throne where you met with the merchant princes. You see the walled off area of Merchants Prince Villas, where it's just kind of its own little independent compound, which is the number 5.
Right.
Yeah, so 4 is the Golden Throne, 5 is the Merchant's Villa. And that's just, it's kind of its own city within a city with the sides. There's 7 houses of it, but it's within, like, it's its own thing that you need to...
Right, it's its own little kind of walled area.
Yeah, you got to pass security clearance to get through it. The Grand Souk you've been by before. That's the main market.
Can I tell what number 7 is in the middle of that district there?
Yep, that is is a temple for religious ceremonies. Give me a religion check.
I doubt I have anything in religion. I've got a 0. So I got 3.
Yeah, you're not... Essentially, you can see the symbol is like an eyeball, but you can't tell what it is. But there's a lot of people, priests and acolytes in robes, doing prayers and whatnot on the inside.
So the implication here is that the 7 merchant princes all live basically in a circle around this main temple. So it must be important.
Yes.
Must be the primary god here. I'm picking up on that. Okay, good to know.
When you come around the corner to number 9, where'd that sucker go? Oh, right. Out on it's almost like a lighthouse.
Oh, that's there's like a big bridge across the water out to it.
Give me another religion check, unfortunately.
Big old 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, the guards at the foot of the bridge actually don't let you get any closer to it. But you assume it's another religious temple used for possibly some type of like light worship or sun worship or like sky worship.
Excuse me, my good men. What is that place over there?
Oh, this is the Temple of Sun.
Oh, you'll have to forgive me. I'm new to Chult. Who's Sun?
Chult is a very weird place when it comes to religions. There's a lot of factions and religions that have come through here in the time, so they're kind of remnants of an older time. But this is essentially it's a sun worshiper type of thing. It's a lot of the history's been forgotten, a lot of the ceremony's been forgotten, but
so it isn't being used anymore.
Well, it's a nice touristy type of building right now that we try and keep making it look good and make the city look nice.
Why are you guarding it, and why won't you let me across the bridge if it's such a touristy place?
Well, because it's closed. The hours are.
Oh, I totally lost track of time. It's my first time in your beautiful city, and I just lost myself in it. It's gorgeous. The smells, the sights, the fabrics. What a wonderful place.
Oh, it's totally understandable, sir.
Now, where would be the finest cuisine, you would say? I'm somewhat known in the Sword Coast as a food and art critic, and I'm looking to write a treatise about the cuisine and the fantastic places here in Chult.
Well, that you wouldn't think it, but this is why you talk to the locals. Is that the Jewel Market has the best restaurants?
Really, I wouldn't have thought that.
Well, it's that's where all the jewels money changes hands. So
Jewelers like to eat, am I right?
everyone, I like to eat. Like this guy loves to eat. Like I don't like to eat that much. But that is, if you want the finest cuisine, in my opinion, the Jewel Market will have what you need.
Thank you, my good man.
They do have a dress code, though, so you may want to kind of up your game a little bit.
Yes. That brings me to my second question. Where are the finest tailors here in town?
That would be the Grand Souk, or the Grand Souk, the main market bazaar there. They'll deal with both of your high-end luxury items and stuff like that.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. As you get to...
actually, I'll tip him a gold piece.
Oh, okay. It's like,
and shake his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And if he has does he have a bracelet or a ring or anything?
He has a guard signet ring on him.
Okay, I'm not going to take that. But I'm going to give him a gold.
Yeah. So not going to take the signet
No,
ring.
I'm not going to take his sign of office. No, I was thinking more decorative jewelry. But I will tip him and thank him for the information.
All right. So I'll fast forward you guys to about 1 o'clock midnightish time. Or no, so 5 hours at 10 is going to put you at
3.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So everything's pretty much closed. As you actually, Durand is actually coming out towards the Jodal's villa as you see Fenquin, Althea, and Mercy come walking out.
Well, that was great.
Yes.
I learned so much stuff.
I encountered several deadly plants.
Is that nice? I don't know.
I will tell you how to avoid them so they don't eat you.
Well, that's practical.
Because, believe me, they would love to eat you.
I do believe you.
That's good information to have.
I never lie about this sort of thing.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am exhausted. Shall we go to sleep and regroup in the morning?
Oh, God, yes.
All right. Don't forget, the next day is dinosaur races for those that are interested.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys head back to the Thundering Lizard. It's hard to get a good night's sleep because it sounds like there's a party going on downstairs.
Why would they put us here? This is unacceptable.
It's
I would like to
you
speak to
hear
the old man.
drinking.
I'm going to go check out the party.
Yeah, it's there. You still can't see a band, but there's definitely music happening, and it is very much like a college bar on a Thursday night where drinks are being thrown in the air. The sawdust and sand are being used for various bodily fluids coming out onto the ground. As you can see, the message board is actually being cleaned away, through a scrap or someone just pulling stuff down, or they just keep it clear during when the night gets busy. But it appears to be a party in full effect, as it seems to be adventurers coming in and out of the jungle and whatnot, sharing their tales or gearing themselves up to head off into the green unknown. Dum, 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 dum. The floor actually just kind of vibrates a little bit.
Yeah, tossing and turning, trying to sleep.
I'm going to go down and join the party.
Yeah, it is. It is raucous. Drinks are flying. The Tej casks are open, and you can smell that sweet honey amber ale just kind of like flowing out. And it makes the counters, anything that has a surface on it, is just sticky by nature. As you see people just celebrating or just psyching themselves up to get going.
I'm going to start just listening in on conversations and talking to a couple of people, asking who the favorite to win in the dinosaur races is.
Oh, okay. So give me a perception check.
9.
9. You hear a lot of rumblings going on that last week the big winners were Jungle Princess and Banana Candy.
Whoa, let me get that down.
There's actually 3 races in the day. There's a bipedal, a quadruped, and then a free-for-all where everyone goes at the same time.
Jungle Princess and Banana Candy?
Yep. Were the big winners last time. Actually, it was Jungle Princess won 2 of the races, and Banana Candy won their own.
Okay, so and what are the races? Bipedal,
quadruped,
and free-for-all.
And free-for-all. Free-for-all happens at the end of the day. Bipeds are first, quadrupeds are second.
Would you say in general the bipeds or the quadrupeds are faster? Like who has the edge in the free for all?
Give me another investigation check.
Okay.
Nature.
No,
Animal
Persuasion, possibly.
Rolled a 1.
Is he listening for this
3.
information, or is he active?
You hear?
I'm interacting with people.
Yeah,
I'm
you start-
listening. I'm like asking questions.
You start up a conversation. Someone just looks at it. Are you talking to me? Because I wasn't talking to you.
I'm sorry. I'm just so excited about this is my first dinosaur race.
Well, then go watch the races.
I want to learn from the experts. I want to know what to expect.
Just bet on whoever has the highest number for odds. Bet on that person.
And who gives the odds?
The racing guild the betting guild will give you.
And where do they open? And what time tomorrow?
They'll be open at sunrise. The kiosks are probably being set up right now. So they'll be all over the city.
Cool. Wow, this is such an exciting place. I really like this port.
Yeah, it's actually really rad. I've been here for a couple of weeks now, so.
Oh, really? Where are you from originally?
I'm actually from Waterdeep myself.
Ah, Waterdeepian, eh?
Mm-hmm.
PGU.
Well, I have to go, and just walks away.
It's gonna be that way, huh? All right.
You kind of get the impression that people from Baldur's Gate aren't exactly appreciated in Portney and Zaru.
But we're the best.
Clearly not.
All right, does anyone else want to do any late night extracurriculars?
No, just trying to sleep.
Yeah, you guys wake in the morning. It was not an easy sleep at all. It's one of those like the neighbors are partying too loud type of deals. You wake up just essentially like
I'm out at the crack of dawn heading to the betting.
Yeah.
Wait, team meeting!
Like before these guys wake up.
Give me a stealth check.
Yeah. Right. That I'm not too bad at. But I rolled a 5, so what do we get? 9.
What's everyone's passive perception?
13.
Cool.
15.
It would be just 10.
Yeah, everyone. You
not so stealthily.
You kind of kick the side of the bed on the way. Like, damn it.
I'm not a very sophisticated thief.
I'm not stealing. I don't steal,
I do
okay?
not
That
believe
is
that.
beneath me, alright? I am off to make a bet on the dinosaur races, and I'll be right back.
Well, don't you want to find out where we're going to go
Not
next?
really!
I guess learning about the dinosaur races would be good for my research.
I have some suggestions. Number 1, do not lend him money.
Oh!
Apparently has a problem with gambling. That is the end of my advice.
Oh yeah, I'm not betting. That's chance and random sense. I'm not. That's not fair.
Is anyone here good at riding? Perhaps I could speak with a dinosaur and I could ride it.
I
don't think you would like it though, so perhaps not.
Yeah, I think you're pretty big. I mean, jockeys tend to be small.
I could ask the dinosaurs who they think will win the race. They would know better than any person would.
That's interesting.
Perhaps they will know, and then we can use the money to buy them and free them.
Yeah?
Great. Good.
I kind of wish I'd stuck around for that.
As you come down, you can see that the attendants are kind of sweeping out the sand and sawdust from the previous night and have sacks of fresh sand and sawdust for the next day. They just begin to pour it down. You definitely see some teeth, some bits of skin on the floor.
Senseless waste of tree flesh.
What? Why did they set us up here?
There are many questions we will have to ask when we return. This is but one.
I don't like it very much.
Do you want to catch up to Durand outside, or?
Yeah?
Yeah. So you can see Durand almost kind of like a kid on Christmas morning, like, oh, there they are. They're just kind of like trotting over to him. The lineups are just starting up. You can see the slots have opened up, and the kind of like these temporary kiosks have been set up various points along the street. And you see people already putting down chalk marking for odds and names and the various different races and stuff like that.
I'm looking for Jungle Princess.
Jungle Princess.
Wait, Durand, would you not want to hear what the dinosaurs have to say about the race before we bet?
Oh, you guys are coming. You're here too. Oh, great.
Yes, we are here to rescue the dinosaurs. I'm going to speak with them and discover who the winner will be.
I'm here for my research.
I'm not down with that first part, but I like the sound of that second part.
Yes.
How would you go about finding out from them who the winner would be?
I would ask them. What would you do?
I mean, usually you'd go behind the scenes and threaten the jockey or, possibly their family and try to rig things that way, but I like your idea better.
That sounds underhanded.
Everyone give me a perception check.
21.
17.
7.
7.
6.
Althea and Fenquin, you do notice that the proximity of this conversation to the betting kiosk is probably a little closer than you like.
Come, we should speak about this elsewhere.
Oh, right. Let's do that.
Yes. Tom, where are the dragons stored? I would like to view the dragons, I ask the betting kiosk person.
He says the dragons?
He means the dinosaurs.
Oh,
For the racing dragons, where are they?
I am on a different page from that person. What is he talking about?
We're really not sure most of the time. He's a furbolg, I think.
He's huge.
I am a furbolg.
Quite big.
My name is Fenkin.
It's best just to answer his questions. If he doesn't get his answers, he tends to get a little rowdy.
He's asking dinosaurs and dragons.
He means dinosaurs.
The racing animals.
The racing animals.
Oh, okay.
The slaves that are driven through the streets in a panic.
He's got a soft spot for animals. He just kind of wants to see their majesty.
Slavery's forbidden here, so there's no slaves.
See, they're not slaves.
I think perhaps we will differ on that point. Tell me which way to find
He also thinks
the racing
plants are
animals.
slaves, so he's got kind of a
Okay,
weird
well,
thing.
the racing dinosaurs are going to be quartered or paddocked down near the docks where the start-finish line is. So you can probably check. You can give them an inspection.
Will there be a betting place there? Maybe place bets near the start-finish line?
There will be betting kiosks all over the city.
Good. And we have no need of you further. Let us to
Can
the
he pet the
animals.
dinosaurs? Is there a way to make that happen?
Not before the race.
After the race?
I would never be so rude as to pet an animal without asking first.
Okay, I'm just thinking of you, big guy.
Just I take keeping away from the T-Rexes is what I'd say. He may startle them. He may spook them. And you don't want to spook a T-Rex.
I do not believe I will startle them. I believe they will find me to be very polite. More so than you, sir.
All right. Good luck on the races today. You freak me out, Gigantor.
Thank you.
So you head on down to the docks, closer to the 19 area, and you can definitely see some temporary paddocks set up where you see various dinosaurs of different types, all getting there. They're all being pre-painted for their races.
Look how they mark them. What a disgrace.
I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, you get some various reds and yellows and blues and racing stripes. As before, Jungle Princess and Banana Candy you see they have the previous winner circle wreaths on their pens.
Talk to the two of them first. See who they think's going to win today.
Okay, I will do that. So I cast Speak with Animals. I'll cast it as a ritual, Speak with Animals.
Okay.
So he sits down for 10 minutes. He was like, yeah.
I channel my druidic energy, and you hear gradually my throat's going.
Wow, that is quite disturbing.
So who do you want to talk to first?
So who are my? There's the ones with the wreaths.
Banana Candy has one wreath. Jungle Princess has two wreaths. Banana Candy is a hadrosaur, so it can be a quadruped and a biped, and it's just kind of like a
hadrosaur.
Yeah, it's
they have the flutes on their heads.
That's a Parasaurolophus, similar, but they just don't have the flutes on the
no horns.
So
and Jungle Princess is a Deinonychus, which is just think of a large velociraptor. Velociraptor is actually the size of a dog.
Are they close enough I can talk to them both at the same time?
Not at the same time.
Okay, so I'll go to Banana Candy first.
Yeah, just seems to be chewing on some vegetation and whatnot.
Hello, majestic beast.
You see, kind of blink its big kind of brown cow eyes at you. And oh, hello.
I see you have been given the name Banana Candy, which is far beneath an animal of your stature.
But bananas are candy.
Oh, if you enjoy the name, then I will refer to you as Banana Candy.
Thank you.
Where are my testicles?
I see you have a wreath here. This is an excellent wreath.
Yes, I won my race last week.
Congratulations. How do you feel you will do in the race today?
I feel good. Last week there was cheating going on though, so I do not know who would win. There may be more cheaters in the crowd. Jungle Princess had a hard time trying to cross the finish line.
Do you enjoy your races? Or would you rather be free?
I enjoy running and eating bananas.
In the races, though? In this pen? Would you not rather be free?
I get to run anytime I want in the races.
Oh. Okay, then.
We don't understand either side of this conversation.
You're essentially
Duran's just kind of looking back and forth between
Have you seen...
Do you think they're really having a conversation?
Have you seen any signs of cheating?
So, not in my race, but Jungle Princess has been cheated upon.
Many people cheat against her.
Yes, she's very fast.
She is a fast. I am sure you are fast too, though.
I am fast as well.
Good.
If I get promises of banana at the end, I am very fast.
Then I wish you many bananas in your race, and I will leave you to prepare.
You actually see Banana Candy kind of give like a slight bow to Fenquin.
And I do a dinosaur bow back.
Yeah.
What did it say? What did it say?
It said the Jungle Princess is very fast. There is often cheating against Jungle Princess. He is not planning to cheat. Also, he enjoys the races, so I no longer wish to free him.
Can you ask him what form the cheating takes? Like, maybe we can stop it from happening.
Ah, yes. Sorry, Mr. Banana Candy, I am sorry to disturb you once more. My compatriot would like to know, how do people cheat? What is the manner of cheating that you have seen?
You see Banana Candy say, I do not know. It did not happen. I did not see it happen.
Ah, you did not see it happen.
Jungle Princess told me later on that it happened.
Ah, perhaps I will ask Jungle Princess then. Thank you.
All right.
Jungle Princess may know. He has no information for us. Let us to Jungle Princess.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah. Jungle Princess actually has a lot of people around it at this point because it's a previous 2-time winner. The 2 reads around it. You can see quite a few people are. You actually notice that she's actually been muzzled because she is a carnivore.
Ah, Jungle Princess. Can you hear me? Please nod if so.
You see Jungle Princess look at you and nod.
I am sorry for your imprisonment in that muzzle. I feel it is far beneath a beast of your stature to have such a thing. I understand that you have been cheated on in previous races. I wish I could help you. I will try and find a way to prevent such cheating and allow you to run free. Do you enjoy the racing? Not. Perhaps if you could nod if you do enjoy the racing, and shake your head sideways if you do not.
You see it actually nod in agreement that it.
Oh, you do enjoy the races then. I was going to free you because I thought you did not, but if you prefer to be here, then I will not disturb you.
You see it nod its head, and then just kind of stamp its feet down.
Do you also race for bananas as Banana Candy does? I'm afraid we have to stay to yes or no questions. Do you think you will win the race today?
You see Jungle Princess kind of take it back to trying to think about the reply, and just kind of as best as you can see, a Dionychus do a shoulder shrug based on previous experiences of last week.
Do not know. Have you seen evidence of cheating this week?
Oh, and you see her shake her head quite emphatically.
Against yourself?
And again, quite emphatically once more.
Is it someone involved in the racing guild who is cheating?
And shakes her head.
She says there is to be cheating. And that she has seen it against herself.
What kind of cheating? Did they try to trip her? What do they do?
Is it some sort of physical cheating?
You see her shake her head.
Is it magical cheating?
And she slowly nods her head.
Is magical cheating?
Okay, well, that could take any form. What happened? Was she slowed down?
We have only yes or no questions. Were you slowed down?
You actually see her shake her it's a slow nod,
Yes. Was it near the start of the race?
She said shakes her head no.
No, she was slowed down, not near the start of the race, perhaps near the end.
Here's a thought. Do the dinosaurs have riders?
Do the dinosaurs have riders?
Yeah, they have jockeys on them.
Yes.
Maybe we should talk to her jockey.
Perhaps her jockey is in on it. We might signal something.
You're right. Better to keep this between us and Jungle Princess.
Wait, I have the ability to disguise myself. Perhaps I could disguise myself as a member of the racing guild and then pretend to be in on the conspiracy and extract information.
You're more likely to disguise yourself as one of the dinosaurs.
I don't know if you know this, but you're about 12 feet tall.
I have the ability to make myself up to 3 feet shorter or taller, so I may appear as a normal-sized human being.
Is that a spell you have?
Yes.
What is it?
Disguise self.
So that's an illusion, though.
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you make yourself look 3 feet shorter, if someone runs their hand over your head, they'll, bump into something solid.
It is risky, though. It is only an illusion, and anyone who touches me will discover my true self.
Well, maybe we should just observe the races today and see if we can spot what kind of cheating is going on, and then figure out how to make it work for us.
Are there further races?
You mean report to the authorities?
Sure. You could do that, too.
Are there further races?
Yeah, there's 3 races. There's
3 days?
No, just all in one day.
And Jungle Princess
How
runs all of
often?
them?
How often are the
Daily
races?
races, right?
The races happen every week.
Once a week. Okay.
Jungle Princess, thank you for sharing the information with me. I am sorry again about your muzzle, and I wish you best of luck. We will do what we can to allow your true speed to be seen by the crowds.
You see her kind of like stamp her feet excitedly at the thought of the races and running again.
I think we should bet on Banana Princess.
Whoa. Mercy, you're
You're
here.
lucky that she cannot understand your words. She would chew through that muzzle and rip at your throat for suggesting such a thing.
I'm just here for the sport of the races and to do some research here. I'm not betting.
So, going by the opinions of the dinosaurs themselves, they both think that they're going to win? Or they just want to race?
Jungle Princess felt like she was not sure who would win, but I think only because the cheating has been taking place. Banana Princess felt like Banana Candy felt like Jungle Princess was much faster.
Jungle Princess, yeah.
Well, I say we should put some money on Jungle Princess then, and keep an eye out for what kind of cheating is going on.
Perhaps in the first race we should not put money, and we should bet on Banana Candy since we expect Jungle Princess to be cheated upon. And then we will observe the cheating, collect our winnings, and then cheat further.
Wait, what? Are you suggesting that we get in on this cheating?
I think we should cheat the cheaters. We should undo their cheating.
Well, this is
and
kind of
collect
against the
winnings.
rules, guys. I don't know if I feel good about this.
I like the idea of cheating cheaters, though.
Yes.
That's true.
I'm supposed to make waves.
Did you come to be an adventurer, or did you come to wet your pants?
Durand goes over and tries to give Fenguin a high five. Your hand is
look strangely at her.
Yeah, just
What
hold
is
up a
this?
hand
Are you striking me?
No, you're supposed to.
If you are striking me, then strike me.
like that. It's congratulatory.
So high five.
I slapped myself and then so did Fenguin. Close enough.
We'll work on that.
A strange greeting, but I appreciate the sentiment.
All right, yeah, you guys can get your bets in before all the races start up.
I do not wish to gamble greatly. What are the odds?
So you look up for the biped race, you've got the racers are Big Honker, Banana Candy, Bone Cruncher, Scarback, Nasty Boy, and Jungle Princess.
And what are their odds?
So Big Honker has 7-1 odds. Banana Candy has 3-1 odds. Bone Cruncher has 2-1 odds. Scarback has 1-2 odds. Nasty Boy has 1-3 odds, and Jungle Princess has 1-5.
So the favorite is Bone Cruncher?
Yes.
Perhaps I should have asked Jungle Princess to signal when she is being cheated on.
Maybe that's for next time.
I could put 20 on Jungle Princess to win. 3-1 odds.
I think that's ill-advised considering the cheating.
Jungle Princess is 1-5.
Oh.
So if you bet 5 gold, you only get 1 back.
Right. Banana Candy.
Oh.
Because it sounds like 1-2 odds is pretty even. That's pretty close to even.
Yeah, that's pretty close to even.
But a heavily favored would be 1-5.
Yeah.
From what I understand about odds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
2-1 means that they're unlikely to win.
Well,
So
2
for
to 1
every-
is still pretty good, actually.
every
The
goal-
2-1 is
2 to
pretty
1's
good.
a favorite.
Yeah, 2-1
Yeah.
is a pretty...
20 to 1 would be crazy. It's a long shot.
Yeah, 100-1 would be right.
I will withhold my bet until I have seen this race. Perhaps the cheating is too great for us.
I want to get my feet wet. So I'm going to put... what is there a minimum bet?
Minimum bet is 1 copper piece.
Oh, Jesus.
A copper piece. These rubes. Okay.
That's the minimum. The maximum is 500 gold pieces.
Whoa, okay. So there's a lot of leeway in here. So really, it's an entertainment for all social
Yeah, and it
classes.
seems the city has come out en masse for this as well. Actually, everyone give me a perception check.
5. You're retired.
Ooh.
Dice.
4, Jesus Christ.
23.
23.
4.
Alethea,
Oh, actually, so 21.
21.
Ilfra.
Elfra, you can see security is heavy. Guard posts that we usually expect to have 1 guard there have 3 of them overlooking the streets.
Geez, you guys might want to talk a little bit less about cheating. It's just guards.
We're
everywhere.
just simply speculating about what could be or could not be happening. As newcomers to this town, we have no idea how honest these races are.
Perhaps we should station ourselves so we can see the entirety of the course and then regroup after the first race to see our evidence of cheating.
Well, wouldn't it be smarter for us to each take up a place 25% along the route, and then we can look for each quarter what might be happening?
Yes. Well, we know the cheating is not at the start of the race.
We know that?
The finish line is actually a start-finish line.
So it could be there.
It loops around.
Yeah. So essentially, take a look at the market ward and see those two kind of like central circular things. It does a figure eight around.
Oh, okay.
In the market ward.
So it kind of does like a figure eight. So it starts by the docks and then goes.
Oh, I see, like that. So around the Colosseum, and then like through the middle, and then around this was the Gold Hall.
Yeah.
Are there high places where we can stay in far above?
Oh yeah, you can get on top of a building. You can get on. There's actually like bridges or awnings that connect to buildings together.
Oh, great.
Or archways and stuff like that. So there's a ton of spots, and there's a lot of people already kind of like moving into spots to get ready for the races.
Okay, I'm going to put 10 gold on Jungle Princess and another 10 gold on Banana Candy.
10 gold on Jungle Princess, and Banana Candy's not racing in the... Oh, yeah, she is racing in the first race because she can do both.
Oh, who's racing in the first race?
I said Big Honker, Banana Candy, Bone Cruncher, Scarback, Nasty Boy.
So this is the free-for-all?
No, this is the bipedal.
Oh, okay. So
Jungle
they're both
Princess.
bipedal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put 10 gold on Banana Candy to win at 3-1 odds.
Okay.
Can we do win, place, or show?
Yes, you actually can.
I too will participate in the gambling then.
Tell me about this. How does that work?
I will spend 2 gold.
So write down your bets of what you're doing. So win is coming first, place is coming second, show is coming third.
Yeah. So I will.
So you have to pay.
But if you show, you get
paid
paid
out
back
less.
on less, but you get paid on all three, I believe.
Yeah.
If you show, you get
First place, you either place first, second, or third, and you get a much lower payout.
Yeah. So you can bet for top 3, top 2, or top 1.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm going to bet that they both ended up in the top 2.
Okay. I should have spoken with the other dinosaurs now that I think about it.
Well, Franklin, we're going to have time to interview all of them before next week's race. No, you got to think about this long term. We're going to be here for a while. I think you're going to make friends with all these dinosaurs.
It's true.
We need to get all the gossip and inside dirt on what's going on.
Okay, then. But I will bet on Banana Candy to win this race for 1 gold piece.
So I'm betting on them to place?
Wow. Is that bet too much?
Top 2.
Is that what this situation is?
I am by nature a conservative person, and I have very little gold. So this is merely a gesture of support for my friend, Banana Candy.
I hope I don't end up having to pay for this guide all by myself.
I hope this is fun.
Are you guys ready for the first race?
Oh, yeah.
So you see all the bipedals. You actually see Banana Candy's kind of like arched up, and she's being forced on her 2 back legs. As you hear, it's like, all right, on your marks. You hear like a kind of an orator with like a big horn say, and just for those in the audience, do not interfere with the races.
Thanks, first group.
Are we all, we're all spread out, right? We spread out to see the whole track?
I'll say at the beginning.
Start finish line?
Start finish line. I don't really care about this plan.
Yeah, I will observe sort of the backside here. And then I'll be in the middle so I can see down that stretch and I can see these backsides. Which way does the start finish go?
It goes eastwards and then around. Or sorry, westwards and around.
Sort of starts at like night. Is that bridge to the start finish?
It's the little circle pool where you see like down by the docks.
Down by the dock. Circle pool 22 there?
No. 22. No. Closer in towards just.
Circle pool. Okay.
Yeah.
And it goes eastwards and then.
Sorry, it goes westwards, so like back towards the left side of the page.
Okay, so like 22, 23, 18, 19, then around. Okay, so I will go at where the finish is. So I'll be at this little group where the thunder, like where 18 is.
Where 18 is?
I'll be on top of that little group of buildings, so I can see down both sides and down the middle there.
Okay.
And I'm watching carefully for any signs of cheating.
Done. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm going to take up a post. If I can actually climb on top of the Gladiators arena?
Sure.
Could I do that?
Yeah, give me athletics check.
I have a training in athletics, believe it or not. I'm not strong, but I'm wiry. Actually, yeah, my proficiency, because I'm trained in it, takes it from a -2 to a 0. I got a 9.
You're having trouble finding it seems to be like a very smooth Colosseum wall, and it looks like all of the kiosk and vendors that were there that maybe give you a leg up have actually gone down to street level for all the selling during race day. So you actually can't find a managed way to get yourself up onto the Colosseum top.
All right, I find like the tallest wall around that has a view of the race.
Yeah,
and I perch on that.
Easy enough. All right, you hear the horns go off, and the dinosaurs peel off. you see Jungle Princess and Banana Candy just begin to run like the Dickens.
Yeah!
They're actually outpacing the T-Rexes, who look kind of old and weary and just kind of like huffing on breath. All the carnivores are actually muzzled, so you can actually see like spit and heavy condensation come pouring out of their mouths.
They are warm-blooded.
And you see them pull around the first loop, and it's very clear this is going to be a Jungle Princess Banana Candy type of race.
Yes,
As they begin to leave them in behind. As they come around the second loop, it looks like Banana Candy is having some trouble running on the two legs, and looks like she wants to put her front legs down, but is doing dutiful. But it looks like in that process, Jungle Princess is just peeling away more so.
I'm keeping a sharp eye out for any kind of cheating or influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone who wants to do that, give me a perception check.
16.
16?
What kind of check is this?
Perception.
Oh, 20.
Nice.
21.
Damn it, I don't have detect magic. Ooh, so perception 14.
Yeah. So everyone except for Fenquin, you can see that everyone is being the guards in the racing guild are combing through the crowds, watching people like hawks that whatever happened in the crowd. As you see it come peeling around the corner of the market war towards 18 and 19 again, and it looks like Jungle Princess has extended a very clear lead. And as it comes across the finish line, Jungle Princess comes in first.
Jungle
And Banana Candy comes in second.
Yeah! So wait, does that mean I get paid out for both of them because they both placed?
Yes.
First and second?
So who'd you have for winning?
I bet on both of them to place.
To place?
Yeah.
So divide your wager by 3.
For each of them?
Yeah.
And that's what I win?
Yeah. That's the extra goal on top of
Right, I obviously get the original goal back. So that's, I assume we round down. So it's 3 gold on each of them.
Yeah.
I made 6 gold. Not bad.
Anyone else?
No, I lost my bet.
I lost. I said Banana Candy to win.
Close. Came in second. All right.
Bet.
The quadruped race is coming up, so no Jungle Princess in this one.
Let us go to the paddock quickly. So
No, there's no time in between there.
Oh, there's not?
They just set
really?
them up again.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get to talk to them again.
So Banana Candy might be at a disadvantage if it had to race 2 in a row.
Banana Candy does all 3.
Does all 3 in a row?
Mm.
Wow, and they won one of them last time?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Maybe the first one.
All right,
Actually, it was the first one.
So who are the horses in this one?
Okay, so for this one,
Dinosaurs.
Dinos?
Ooptow's Favor, Banana Candy,
So the name's still in use.
Grung Stomper.
Grung Stomper?
Yep.
What are the odds on these guys?
Okay, so Ooptow's Favor has switching it up is 1 to 5 odds.
Okay.
Banana Candy is at 1 to 3 again. Grung Stomper is at 1 to 1 at even.
Okay.
And there's Mountain Thunder is a 7 to 1 odds.
So wait, if you bet on even odds, doesn't that just mean you get your money back?
You bet 1, you get 1 back. So
Yeah.
it's
So if you bet 2,
So you double your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
because like 5 to 1, you get like it switches how it is when it gets to even. The rules change.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never bet on horse racing before, so I'm learning a lot.
So those are your choices. Mountain Thunder is an aging Dimetrodon. Looks quite old.
And
Not
what about the other
favored?
ones? Aging.
He was at 5 to 1 odds.
So that's bad.
That's bad.
Bad odds.
Mountain Thunder was 7 to 1, I thought.
Oh, sorry, 7 to 1, yes.
So on, the first number is how much you get, and the second number is how much you pay. Is that...
Yeah. Well, yeah, sort of.
So if when we say 5 to 1 odds, for every 1 you bet, you would win 5.
Yeah.
Because they're a long shot.
So if I bet 2, I'd win 10.
Right.
For when it's 1 to 5, if I bet
the
5, I
opposite.
win 6.
Yeah.
So if I had 10, I bet win 12.
Right, you're only going to
I
get
get
1.
one,
You got to
yeah.
pay more to get a little bit because they're heavily favored.
Right.
So,
And this has been Dinosaur Racing Odds
Dinosaur
Podcast.
this is pod racing. So essentially, it's if for Mountain Thunder, if you bet 1, you'd get 7 back.
Long shot.
I feel sorry for Mountain Thunder, so I will bet on him.
Do you have any way to give him, like, kind of, encouragement?
I believe he will sense it. Perhaps the racing totals at the end will show that someone believed in him.
Okay, I'm going to bet on Banana Candy.
Banana Candy has 3 goals, so if you bet 3, you'll get 1 back.
Right.
We'll bet
So let's bet. I'm
1
gonna bet-
gold piece.
I'm going to bet 6 on Banana Candy
Okay, anyone else making any bets?
to win.
No, I'm gonna. Yeah, Mercy's been kind of burned, so she'd be like, "Nah, we're gonna watch the next race."
So Banana Candy.
I am betting 1 gold piece to win on the
Mountain
monster, Mountain Thunder.
Thunder.
Amazing. I love it. This is a mechanic. This is so good.
Is this randomized? Who wins?
It sort of does.
Quasi-randomized?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you hear the horns line up, and it's all quadrupeds this time. You see Ankylosaurus, Triceratopses, Dimetrodons, Hadrosaurus on all four this time. As you hear the warning goes out, please, ladies and gentlemen of the crowd, do not interfere with the races. The penalties are quite stiff. As the horn goes off, and again, Banana Candy seems taking that first race as a warm-up as she dusts everybody else. Unfortunately, following up the rear is Mountain Thunder from the rest of the pack. It looks like his age is slowly catching up with him. And it looks like there's kind of a thing going between Uptao's Favor and Banana Candy as they're kind of just going like Horns a little bit ahead of Hadrosaur, Hadrosaur a little bit ahead of Horns as it comes around and does the first loop. And you actually notice that one of the vendors' kiosks Uptao's Favor actually kind of nudges Banana Candy into the side of the cart a little bit, or into the kiosk, and she actually smashes and shatters and explodes the wood everywhere, and you can hear the wood tumble down on the cobblestone floor. But Banana Candy seems just to take that kind of distraction and actually seems to surge forward. It looks like she's a little bit angry that Uptao's Favor did that as they come rounding around the corner towards the bathhouse. As you notice that Uptao's Favor is trying to pour on the gas, but Banana Candy's actually gone around the corner with Uptao's Favor, hits like the kind of slick moisture of the cobblestone from the bathhouse, kind of slips and falls back as Banana Candy takes a bigger lead. And as they come running around the corner, it's clearly Banana Candy in first and Uptao's Favor in second.
Durand is like losing his mind. Yeah. He's like, this place is the best.
You see another wreath come out for Banana Candy. She's actually done what Jungle Princess did last year. Or last week, sorry.
So I win 2 gold off of that.
You have 2 gold off of that, yeah. And the last one is going to be the free-for-all.
Ithra is making notes about like this different speed categories and maneuverability about different kinds of dinosaurs as her research.
So who's in this one?
Jungle Princess cannot, because Jungle Princess is only a biped.
No, this is free-for-all.
Oh, right. So everybody's in this.
Yeah,
okay.
So your dinosaurs are Big Honker, who is a crowd-pleasing Tyrannosaurus Rex. Uptao's Favor, who is a young Triceratops on a streak.
Odds, please, John.
7-1 odds for Big Honker. 5-1 for Uptao's Favor. Still 3-1 for Banana Candy. Bone Cruncher, who's an ill-tempered Allosaurus, has 2-1. Grung Stomper is a young Ankylosaurus who's at even. Scarback, who is an old Tyrannosaurus Rex, has 1-2 odds. Nasty Boy, who is an Allosaurus with a famous jockey, is 1-3. Jungle Princess is 1-5. And Mountain Thunder is 1-7. The Dimetrodon who came in dead last in the previous race.
Oh, so Jungle Princess is not favored in this one.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she's 1-5. 5.
If you bet 1 for Jungle Princess, you get 5 back.
So 5-1.
So that's
5-1.
Yeah, 5-1 odds.
Oh.
What's his face? Dead last guy last time was like 1-7.
1-7.
Yeah.
That means he's the heavy favorite. But
he's the favorite.
It should be. You should be saying it the other way. It should be 7-1.
Yeah, I'm just saying to make it easier for her. The biggest favorite. The favorite would be Big Honker, who's a crowd pleasing Tyrannosaurus Rex. So you bet 7, you'll get 1 back.
Yeah, 1-7 odds, right?
7-1.
No, 1-7.
Or so 1-7.
Yeah.
So, I will bet on Mountain Thunder once more.
Your faith will not be rewarded.
Mountain Thunder, 1 gold piece to show.
All right, I'm going to stick with Jungle Princess. I'm going to bet 10 gold on her to place.
10 gold to place, so that's second place.
And I will bet 1 gold pieces on Banana Candy to win.
Anyone else placing any bets?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So Mountain Thunder and...
Come on, Ithra, get into the spirit.
I'm perfectly in the spirit. I will make your notes.
So, sorry, Mountain Thunder and...
Good idea. Take research for next week.
You betting Jungle Princess or...
I'm betting on Jungle Princess to place.
Mountain Thunder, Jungle Princess. Alrighty. You hear, again, the same old warning about don't interfere with the races. The horns go off. And this is, you notice that there's actually been, the vendors' kiosks actually pull their kiosks in a little bit more because there's a lot of traffic going through this place. Okay. Perfect. You hear the horns go off and the trampling of dinosaurs and the sounds of the crowd spooks everybody. And you actually see Mountain Thunder peel off.
What?
Someone gave this thing a kick and it looks like it's the sound of everything.
Mountain Thunder.
Cheating!
As it goes round the corner, you actually see Banana Candy get actually knocked into the bay by Grung Stomper. It looks like it was just incidental contact as the poor Hadrosaur goes flying into
no such thing.
into the water. As you can see, you didn't see it the first time, but you can actually see buildings with kind of like dents and cracks on them. As you can see where this massive train of dinosaurs just kind of like collided the side of the building.
I assume it's all low-value real estate along the race route.
Yeah, but it feels like there's a mild earthquake happening inside Port Nyanzaru right now as they come ruffling around the side, and you can actually see Mountain Thunder, kind of like a gecko running on hot sand. The legs are flailing up. His fin on his back is like fully painted in like blues and reds as he's going around the side, and you can see he's putting so much distance that there's such traffic jam behind it that the dinosaurs in the pack are competing with each other to get ahead, and Mountain Thunder has no competition. And you actually notice he kind of slows down a little bit, going like his age kind of taking up process with him as everyone's trying to encourage this melee scrum of dinosaurs. You can see jockeys yelling at each other, swearing at each other.
Come.
Dinosaur, like trying to get 2 T-Rexes and an Allosaur through a narrow alley or through not a narrow street, but one that's not built to fit 3 dinosaurs 3 abreast, as they're just clearing out all the way. You can see people from the crowd running for cover as this wild race comes thundering up the middle. They get up to the bathhouse, and you can actually see Grung Stomper actually loses track on the slippery cobblestone and goes flying into the bathhouse, taking itself out of the race. And again, everyone seems to be focused on this melee, but Mountain Thunder just seems to be chugging along. As you notice that there's such a scrum going up the back that Mountain Thunder crosses the line in first place.
Yes, Mountain Thunder.
But who's second?
Second is going to be, it's not Jungle Princess.
Damn it!
Nasty Boy, and then Scarback.
Didn't even place.
I knew he would prevail. He must have sensed my bet in the last round, which inspired him to greatness.
If you've never seen a Dimetrodon try and pant just out of sheer exhaustion, they put the winner's wreath around. And he's like,
Mountain Thunder, the Metrodon?
Yeah.
Whoa, that sounds healthy.
Does not sound good at all. But you see people immediately running for the kiosk with like trying to cash in their bet if everyone can be placed on Mountain Thunder. So how much did you bet?
I bet 1 gold piece to show.
You get to show?
Yeah, so 7 divided by 3, right?
No, for this one, it's your piece times 4.
Oh, so I get 4
pieces back.
4
Wow.
pieces back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I lost 10 gold in that race.
That is good. I
that
made
is-
1 gold.
That is it for the dinosaur races for the day.
For the week.
For the week, actually, sorry. But I will say, after that exciting venue, you guys do have some meetings and some guides to meet, but I will call it there for the night. As you guys have some guides to figure out, some locations.
Yeah.
I saw Miles, we'll do some GM discussions about where you want to go or where you want to investigate.
Yeah, I got some ideas.
Got some ideas. So that is it for this episode. We will see you next week. At Diecast Podcast, give us a follow. Hashtag Diecast Podcast, and we will talk to you there. And there's a lot of dinosaur racing in the early start.
I love it. This place is awesome.
I'm sorry, but you can't put dinosaur racing in front of us and not expect us to do dinosaur racing.
I think that's just like, it's like you put your hand out to shake somebody, you do that. If you put dinosaur race in front of somebody, you have to dinosaur race. We will see you next week. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening.